Unbelievable. The Fester death rattle cough. He was just here, and now he's gone. Oh, here he comes. How's the death rattle? I was just playing for the early crowd, the Fester death rattle laugh.
There's no laugh involved.
Are you still coughing like that? Or is
no, the cough is all but gone away.
Try to do the wheeze cough. Just try to do it.
All
See
right.
if you can do it. Go ahead. It's gone.
Yeah, it's all but it's all gone.
Wow. So the albuterol inhaler and then the Medrol little steroid dose pack.
Yep.
Apparently. So you did all 5 pills yesterday?
I did.
Was yesterday your 5 day? Or was that
It was 6 day.
It was 6?
6. So today's 5.
Are you sure? Where's show me your pack. No, show me your pack.
Hold on.
What the hell was that? What the hell was that?
That's Roxanne's.
That's every day now. All right, hang on a minute. All right, give me.
He just wants to see the whole pack.
Yeah, here you go. Here's the pack.
Just hand me the pack.
Oh, crap.
I got it. Hang on.
There you go. You got it?
Hang on. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 6. You're right. All right. So 6, and you did all 6 yesterday.
Yes.
All right, and then today you haven't taken one yet.
Not yet, but I haven't had breakfast yet.
You know what?
Which I will.
You know what I'm thinking. The steroid pack is not necessarily really what's doing the trick. It sounds like it's the albuterol inhaler that's reducing your.
Yes.
Oh God, that is the scariest freaking thing I've ever heard. And for those that are tuning in very early, there's a lot of scary crap, like that maniac that was caught up in Pennsylvania. There's a whole new series of stuff, some audio bites and more crazy behavior from Mangioni.
Luigi.
Hold on. What happened to my Mangioni audio? Hang on a minute. Where? Oh, here it is. Hang on a minute. I went to bring this Luigi Mangioni guy. Just the angles are getting crazier, and not just involving him, but externally things are getting nuttier with just associated stories. So we'll get into that later on here on the MJ Morning Show. But back to the Fester death rattle, and I'm sorry if I seem preoccupied with this. I'm just fascinated by this sound. I mean, I just don't know how that comes out of your face.
That's a lot of phlegm bronchial buildup.
I'm amazed. I mean, that sounds like it's some layered audio special effect from some sound designer in Hollywood to simulate an even more dangerous dinosaur that sprayed the goop in Newman's face in Jurassic Park 1. I mean, listen, that's lame. I mean, remember the scene Jurassic Park 1? You had Newman, Wayne Knight, the chubby dude with the glasses, trying to steal the dinosaur DNA in the Barbasol can. And he runs off the road in the Jeep in the driving rainstorm and the mudslides and everything. And then the dinosaur spits that goop in his face. And that's a Hollywood sound design sound effect. Yeah. And you compare that to a non-professional, non-layered, just one pass in mono of Fester just breathing out of his face hole? That is so much better than Jurassic Park's noise.
I think you're grossing people out this morning.
Man,
this is day 3 of the death rattle. I'm just saying.
I'm just fascinated by this noise.
I'm sorry, Ross. I didn't hear you.
Fascinated by this.
I didn't hear you over my death rattle.
I'm just fascinated. Yes, Roxanne, what were you saying?
I was just going to make the astute observation that it's super crackly.
No, it is crackly. It is.
Yes, that's exactly right.
That is scarier than the actual Aztec death whistle from hundreds and hundreds of years ago.
Aztec Empire.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, I believe that I heard that if you're one of these wicked movie dorks, that tonight might be one of the sing-along dates. I know that we had heard stories that the official sing-alongs, I guess, encouraged by the movie company. I don't even know who put Wicked out, but I thought I heard that some of the official national sing-along nights for Wicked, and this is where the audience members are permitted to sing along and just act like total dopes. But I thought I read that there are some sing-alongs potentially locally tonight for some reason. And then I thought we had heard that there were going to be some sing-alongs closer to Christmas.
Yeah, I think they were going to officially release a sing-along version on Christmas or on the 26th or something like that. But are you saying that they're going to...
Yeah, I thought I heard somewhere that locally tonight that there were going to be some wicked sing-alongs at some AMC theaters locally. Now, I don't want to give out erroneous information and have people show up and start singing and disturb other viewers of the movie. Again, listen, full disclosure, I've got no desire to see Wicked. I no desire to see the Broadway play and no desire to see the movie. I just don't want the Wizard of Oz. I don't want Dorothy. Fester being a friend of Dorothy. I don't want the Wizard of Oz bastardized,
Especially not my dear friend.
Right.
Dorothy.
Right.
Who I've been friends with since college.
Fester is a big friend of Dorothy. And when and big friend of Dorothy.
I mean, I'm almost like a
big friend.
Like a bear. I'm almost like a bear to Dorothy.
Right. Hey, Andrew, what did you just say in my headphones?
Tickets went on sale yesterday for the Wicked sing-along.
All right, and when is that? On what you're reading, what is the date for the Wicked sing-along?
December 25th.
Okay, but what about locally? Why did I hear that there might be...
Maybe you saw ticket sales started now for something that's going to happen 2 weeks from now.
Oh, maybe.
You can't buy a movie theater seat, 6 weeks out.
All right, so maybe I misheard or I misconstrued.
Well, I am only going to see the sing-along if I see Wicked, because you cannot be in a theater, you cannot be anywhere and hear popular and not sing along.
It's a sing-alongable song.
It's a sing-alongable song.
Andrew, can you do me a favor? Just see if there's anything. I thought I heard it was going to be AMC in Tampa, or I think there was going to be one in Pinellas as well. Is there there's an AMC in Pinellas Park? Is that where the old Pinellas Park Square Mall used to be or whatever? You know,
I don't
behind like Pollo Tropical in there, and you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know if that's a AMC.
I don't know.
I don't
Anyway,
know.
just find out. I don't want to deliver any erroneous information. So hey, maybe that I had heard that the tickets go on sale, and maybe those are going to be the locations later this month. Anyway, hey, we're just getting rolling here on the MJ Morning Show. You know, we ought to do some contest. You know, some kind of big Fester prize when you hear the, you know, and win like, I don't know, maybe a bottle of Mucinex.
Are you saying that my death rattle could be the new Tukey bird?
The new Tukey Tukey.
Dude.
I think it's faster than that. It's like Tukey.
Yeah, there was. I think there were a couple of versions. There was a subdued Tukey.
Oh man, a little throwback.
Radio
Yeah.
Q105.
Oh yeah, we do a little throwback. Yeah.
Do we
yeah.
have the Tukey bird?
Yeah, I think we might have I think Andrew just found one of the old Tukey birds. All right, hold on a minute. Oh yeah, here we go.
Dude.
There we go, from back in the day.
All right, there he is. There's the Tukey bird making an appearance.
Yeah.
Call in now.
Yeah.
Don't call in. Don't call in. I'm kidding. Don't call in.
Yeah, all right. 6:09, rolling up on 6:10. MJ Morning Show at Q105. It's going to be a pretty busy Wednesday. I wouldn't miss one moment of this slop fest. Traffic's on. Here's Shriner back in a second. Traffic. Just going through all of the Luigi Mangioni stuff, and my God, there's so many like interesting little ancillary, twisty, turny stories and items that the eyebrow conspiracy. Do you know about this?
He's got some big eyebrows. We know that.
No, that's not the conspiracy, though, but it does have to do with the eyebrows and the big bushy eyebrows. There's an eyebrows whole conspiracy brewing up. Also, later this morning, a classic crotchety old man call. It's great. I had like a dozen people text me, email me, hey, man, did you see this? And I already saw this. There's a story and a video clip and some audio. And, man, it completely ties in. Once again, oh, thank God you've answered. The Milton Fludge Cow, crotchety old man, classic crank call character that I did for years. Once again, predicts the future.
Like The Simpsons.
Oh, listen, my track record's even better than The Simpsons. And we're talking, years and years later. So which crotchety old man classic phone call will be played later this morning in tandem with a fresh current story that's crazy? That's insane. I'm talking crazy Eddie insane. Nobody beats the Wiz also.
No, nobody beats the Wiz.
All right, 6:23 at the MJ Morning Show. Has anyone in this room or in the producer's booth, being Andrew, has anyone ever been hypnotized?
Nope. Not
You know,
me.
I saw a comic once, and his thing was he'd call you on stage
Yeah.
and try to hypnotize you. And I wasn't involved in that, but I saw it, and it looked like the person went along with it. If it was all rigged or not, I don't know.
Yeah,
that
at Ybor.
guy.
Did you see that guy in Ybor?
I mean,
That guy used to be around for
Yeah.
a while. I remember even when I was in Virginia Beach, there was a hypnosis guy that was pretty well known nationally, and he used to make like the nightclub circuit.
Yeah.
This is like going back to like I think the 80s and 90s,
He was entertaining.
and used to make people like cluck like a chicken on stage, and
Or give each other lap dances or
Whoa.
yeah.
We was talking about
Yes.
clicking like
Yes.
yeah,
I remember that.
I saw the PG-13 show.
I never bought
Oh,
the
I went
whole
to the-
hypnosis. I never bought it, and I wondered if people were just playing along, or if they were audience plants, so I don't know what the gig was there essentially. But the reason why I'm bringing this up,
I think it was Boris Chernak might have been his name.
was that it?
It might have been.
No, the guy I saw was Rich Goozy.
Maybe it was Rich Guzzi.
Rich Guzzi?
I knew
Yeah.
he had a stupid name. So I
I
remember.
saw Rich Goozy.
Who's Boris Chernak?
I don't know. I typed hypnosis comedian
No, it
into
looks
Google.
like Cherniak.
Okay. Apologies to the
yeah,
Boris Cherniak family.
Yes, Pat, I'd like to buy a vowel. An I?
So
Is there an I? Yes. What?
I remember he had a really dumb name. That's all I remember about the act. I don't even remember it being overly funny. But
The reason why I'm bringing this up is I was reading an item yesterday that hypnosis is not just a parlor trick or TV act. Science shows that it helps with anxiety, depression, pain, PTSD,
really,
and sleep disorders. And as I was reading this, I remember that I was told years ago that I was not able to be hypnotized. You know what it was? It years ago, and I'm trying to remember, there might have been like a hypnosis act that went to radio morning shows around the country, and it seems to me that a while back, it might have been, back with the MJ and BJ show, that we had one of these hypnosis people in the studio, maybe like 20 years ago, and I just remember that I was being told that my personality type, that I could not be hypnotized, that there was no way that I could be hypnotized. And, I thought it would be pretty cool to maybe ask for a couple of phone calls here. 800-990-1047, 800-990-1047. Are there any people listening now who have been hypnotized? Have you been successfully hypnotized? I mean, really? 800 990-1047. I know that it's very early in the broadcast. I know people are still waking up, but there's still a ton of traffic out there, so there are people listening clearly. And have you ever legitimately been hypnotized? I remember my grandma Franny. May she rest in
I was
peace.
about to say, yeah, Franny.
Grandma Franny, she had a weight problem for, a large portion of her life. And I just remember that, and this is back in the early to mid 70s, my grandma had a tape recorder and a cassette tape. And she used to listen to this hypnosis. She went to some like weight loss doctor that did hypnosis. And my grandma used to play this cassette tape, and you'd hear things like, "You're not hungry. No, you don't want that food. You don't want that cheeseburger.
God, that would have the opposite effect with me.
You don't want that big bowl of chocolate ice cream." I wish I had that cassette tape. I remember it was like a generic-looking white cassette tape, and I think it wasn't like a commercial product. I mean, she went to this like hypnosis doctor for weight loss, and the guy like recorded these tapes, like these homemade tapes. And I remember listening, my grandma, you know what it was? I heard about it, and then I saw the tape recorder and the tape. And I'm like 7 years old, 8 years, and I just played it. I'm like, I got to hear this damn thing. And I just remember that, and it was like, I think, "You're a fatty." I mean, seriously, it was like, "You're a fatty. You're overweight. You don't want that big bowl of chocolate ice cream." And it was like a hypnosis actor of some sort. But it was
to
like
get her into like a mind trance or something.
Yeah.
I've heard of people using that to like break smoking. Like if you were a chronic smoker, they can get you to break the smoking.
All right, Nilda in Ruskin. Nilda, welcome to the MJ Morning Show. Hello, Nilda.
Good morning.
All right, so Nilda, what's the story with you and hypnosis?
So it's not me, but it was my husband, chronic smoker for many, many years.
Mm-hmm.
He went and got hypnotized, and from the moment he walked out of that place, he did not touch a cigarette. He did fall back. It was about 3 years later, but it worked for him. And
so you really believe, or he believes, that he was actually hypnotized?
He believed it, yes.
And do you think he was really hypnotized?
From what I saw, yes.
Wow. And this was at a therapist's office?
Yes.
And
it was amazing.
What'd they do to hypnotize me? It's not like the old cartoons where the mad scientist had the pocket watch on the chain going back and forth.
No, it wasn't like that.
All right.
But,
so Nilda, how did they do it? How did the hypnotist hypnotize your husband?
Very similar, though. It wasn't a pocket watch, but they did sit and they had him close his eyes, and it was kind of like imagining, a certain place and time and relaxation type of a thing.
Wow.
And then they just kept talking.
And what happened with your husband and smoking, let's say 2, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years down the road?
Say that again, please.
Did your husband stop smoking?
He stopped smoking for 3 years.
And then went back to it?
And then went back to it.
I guess the hypnosis wore off. Nilda, thanks for the call.
3
I appreciate
years
it.
is pretty good for somebody who smokes every day.
Hang on a minute. Valerie, can you believe the hypnosis calls at 6:30 in the morning?
We have every line jam.
Valerie in Sarasota. Hello, Valerie.
Hi there.
Yes.
So I was not hypnotized, but the hypnotist tried to hypnotize me. So what happened, it was many years ago, about 12, 15 years ago, I went to a comedy club here in Sarasota.
Yep.
And this hypnotist was asking people from the audience to volunteer to be hypnotized. So I raised my hand, get up there. There's about maybe 10 or 15 of us. And he was asking us questions about, I don't even remember what the questions were, but he was getting people off the stage that he knew could not be hypnotized. I managed to stay on stage. So I was among about 8 people who were supposedly hypnotized, but because I don't like to not be in control of my body, I faked the whole thing.
Oh, interesting.
You faked it.
I faked it. So
Oh.
I'm with all these people, these guys.
Is there anything else that you faked in the past, Valerie?
No, that's a whole other story.
Oh,
but
okay.
no.
All right. Just asking.
Creepy.
But like all these guys are actually, he was saying, okay, the men are giving birth. Well, they're pushing, and there's tears rolling down their face. And I'm just looking at them, and the women are supposed to be the guys' nurses helping to give birth. And I'm, playing the part and doing everything I can. And when it was all over with, I went into the bathroom, and all the women were like, hey, you did great. You should have seen yourself. And I'm thinking to myself, I did see myself.
Well,
it all.
Wow.
What about the others? You think any of the others were faking? You think everybody was just kind of like in the moment trying to fake along, or do you think people really got hypnotized?
I feel like they probably got hypnotized just by the reaction. I mean, I didn't think I was that convincing, but apparently I was, because everyone in the audience thought that I was hypnotized.
Great story, Valerie. Thank you. Have a great day. Let me grab Susan in Tampa. Look at the time. I'm running late, but this is great. Susan, you're on the MJ Morning Show.
Good morning.
Have you been hypnotized?
I was during labor.
And who hypnotized you?
My doctor.
Like an OBGYN?
Yeah, I remember being in the room, and I was the only one on the floor having a baby that day.
Are you sure he just didn't hit you with an injection and you know?
Would you go to a witch doctor? Okay, we're going to hypnotize you in lieu of the epidural.
Yeah, and it worked. I mean, he hypnotized me.
How'd he do it? How'd he put you into a hypnotized state?
Well, I think just being in that kind of pain, looking for any way to get out of it, it was easy to be hypnotized. You're almost like in a trance. And he just told me that I remember him standing in the doorway, his arms folded. He told my husband to keep his hands off of me because it distracted me.
Could break the hypnosis.
And, So, and he just told me that I was on a boat, and every time I hit a wave, it was contraction, but I was coming down from it, and it worked. And
wow.
I got into the labor room, and I had that baby, and he told me to open my eyes, and I kept saying no. And he asked me why, and I says, because I like where I'm at.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. Susan, thank you very much. All right, let me go to Lou. I wonder if it's Big Lou.
Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds, too.
Yes, hello, Lou.
Hello, I'm kind of big, but not that big.
All right, go ahead.
Well, I tried to get hypnotized a while back, not too long ago, to quit smoking. I'm 69 years old. I think it's about time I quit.
Yeah.
But it actually did nothing for me.
Probably should have quit like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Then the guy, he told me I need like 5 or 6 returns to get it done, and I didn't buy that. I don't know if it was just him or if it was me or what. But I told him I was wide awake. I said I was thinking about a million other things. He said, well, that's okay. It still got to you.
Gotcha.
It did not get to me. And I really want to quit, but I can't do another $300 or $400.
Wow, Lou. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for the. I can't believe the phone calls on hypnosis at 6:35 in the morning. All right, one more on this, Andrew. I'm running way over time here. Eating into morons in the news time. Kevin is a truck driver driving somewhere. Hello, go ahead, Kevin.
Good morning. It's your Villages truck driver heading back to the Villages.
Very nice.
Hey, years ago we were at the Funny Bone in Columbus, Ohio, and it was one of the hypnotizing guys. It was, I believe he was a Native American guy, and he took volunteers, and he said that you can only be hypnotized if you're susceptible to it. And one of the ladies from our group volunteered and went up there, and it was the R-rated show. And he had,
you just jarred a memory. There was I think there was a hypnosis act where the hypnotist would get people to pee their pants.
Oh, he got them to do all kinds of stuff, like the stuff that I probably can't repeat on the radio. But the one thing he did with all the people,
like spank it.
Yeah, I mean,
no, they
like lap
props
dances
and stuff, and they did things with props and pretend like they were doing things. But he did ask all of them. He says, "Is there a suggestion you would like before I wake you up?" And some people like lose weight, smoking, and everything else. Now, the lady that went up with us, she said that she didn't want to smoke anymore. Now, she went up and did her whole thing. She did not remember one thing she did, and she did all kinds of embarrassing things that we reminded her of later, which is great.
Did she like motorboat her boobs?
Oh, she did worse than that. But
Festival, hold on. Why are you shaking? Why are you shaking your head at me?
Your show.
it was super R-rated, a lot of the stuff that went on.
Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate the call. Anyway, I brought this up because I was reading this story about hypnosis is, great for people that want to quit smoking. Oh, people with irritable bowel syndrome.
How does that help?
I don't know.
You don't want to poop yourself now.
Sleep disorders, anxiety, and, I read this. Quitting smoking. Did I say that?
I think that's what I've always heard hypnosis was used for.
Quitting smoking is good. You quit smoking, that's great. But if they do IBS, then you can become constipated if it works too well.
6:38 at the MJ Morning Show. So, hey, who knew that the hypnosis lines would blow up? I'm running very late here. Early morons in the news are becoming later morons in the news.
All right.
Next, here on the MJ Morning Show, Weather Tight Mike. Went very long in the last segment because I had no idea that every single phone line was going to jam up with hypnosis calls at 6:20 in the morning. It's insane. All right, early morning moron, Bradenton teen. What a schmuck. Teen with ankle bracelet caught on surveillance video ripping off packages from people's porches. And the kid's already got an ankle bracelet on. Yeah, from Fox 13, a pair of thieves swiped packages from a Bradenton neighborhood, and they were caught on Ring doorbell footage. And one of the suspects was caught after police noticed he was wearing an ankle bracelet.
I mean, they know exactly where you are with those ankle bracelets, right?
Happened right off of Sand Gables Trail in the Bradenton Glen Creek area, which is lovely, I might add. This is insane. So you got a teen that's wearing an ankle bracelet for prior indiscretions and law breaking, and he's out ripping off packages, and it's caught on a Ring doorbell.
Well, they have all the evidence they need.
Yeah, it's amazing how people take advantage of those families, said a neighbor in the community, David Harmon. Yeah, he has lived there for a year, and he's not happy with, obviously, porch pirates, package thieves.
This is their time of year, man. This is high time for porch pirates.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. So there were numerous thefts, and the Bradenton police got footage from homeowners that caught the thieves on their Ring doorbells, and then officers were able to come up with the name of the perp because of the ankle monitor.
Would they get the serial number off of it
Listen
or
to this.
something?
Listen to this. Officers were able to come up with the name associated with the ankle monitor, placing a 14-year-old girl at the scene of the crime. So the ankle monitor kept, like GPS tracking
Of course.
a 14-year-old freaking girl with an. I bet you thought it was going to be like a 19-year-old boy. When you hear teenager with an ankle bracelet, I bet you thought it was going to be like an 18 or a 19-year-old guy. No,
Yep.
a 14-year-old girl.
She's a hardened criminal at 14.
My God.
What'd she make off with? Any word on that?
I don't have like an inventory list. Just stealing an item worth more than $40. That's all I know. Yeah. Both of the kids or both of the individuals were juvies, and charges have been filed. It's disturbing to obviously know someone has not learned from previous mistakes and is continuing to commit crimes. You know what? 14-year-old girl at this point, if they're already in trouble and you got a 14-year-old wearing an ankle bracelet, I mean, what do you do? Sounds like they're incorrigible. I think euthanizing is probably the only, and it's, she's a youth, and euthanize, euthenize, euthanize.
Hey,
That's what I'm thinking.
brilliant.
What the? I mean,
Let's go on the record with that.
Make that my platform.
Yeah.
What do you think? I'll hang my hat on that
Kill
one.
all the delinquents.
That's what I'll do.
All the little bastards.
Oh, this is gross. Of course, it's Florida. LaBelle. You ever been out of LaBelle?
Never been to LaBelle.
That's like near Clewiston, right? Isn't it down there? And Belglade, LaBelle.
Yeah.
That's like a Florida dumpster zone.
LaBelle of the Ball when you go
Yeah.
there.
Where
It's
is
like
that?
it's really pretty rural, right?
Yeah, it's part of the Clewiston area. Yeah, Clewiston. It's really dumpy down. Anyway, Florida man sentenced after sending photos of his genitals to around 200 minors. What the?
That's got to be every kid in
That's
LaBelle.
That's just gross. Yeah. Listen to this. Florida man sentenced to 30 years in federal prison after he sent and received sexually explicit images from nearly 100 children from June through December of 2023. 30-year-old Daniel Carson Miller chatted online with minors, claiming to be a teenager himself. In June of 2023, a parent contacted law enforcement about Miller, claiming to be a 16-year-old while talking to a 13-year-old and sending the child sexually explicit images.
This guy.
What a sicko.
Ugh.
Yeah, out of LaBelle.
How about you give the 14-year-old another chance and you euthanize the guy from LaBelle?
Oh, I'm doing them both.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I got them both lined up for the injection.
Let's do this guy first, just to make sure it works.
This guy is a piece of work.
Oh, my God. Unbelievable. And then out of St. Pete, we got a postal worker pleading guilty to stealing mail. Yeah.
What kind of mail?
United States Postal Service employee pleaded guilty to theft after stealing credit cards, Social Security card. Yeah, DOJ investigation. Jesse L. Anderson, 43 of St. Pete, pleaded guilty to theft by postal employee, could face up to 5 years in prison. So listen, if you're a postal carrier, even if you're not a postal carrier, the envelopes that have just like the P.O. box and the city and the zip code up on top, and it's got that certain feel, and you can feel there's a card in there.
You can feel the card,
Yeah,
yeah.
you know it's a Visa, MasterCard, it's a debit card or something. So this guy's ripping this stuff off. Yeah, it happened back in 23. The Inspector General received a complaint about stolen mail that included a credit card, Social Security card. In October, another complaint. Same individual was, complaining about a second card missing. Investigation started, and they determined that it was the postal carrier. Yeah, they've got a way to, track and monitor you, and they figured out that it was the postal carrier stealing the stuff, and could do up to 5 years in federal prison, you moron.
Yeah, that's a big problem, you'd think, with the Postal Service to be aware of.
That's why we call it Morons in the News here on the MJ Morning Show. 7 o'clock hour starts next. 7:30, we'll give you the next song title for the Santa Sleigh list. When you hear the song play of the title we're going to give you at 7:30, just be the seventh caller later today when the song plays and win $1,000 in cash. We are jammed up good next on the MJ Morning Show, so please stand by. If you are... Get to the pile of Luigi today. And there is so many little offshoot stories, including the eyebrow conspiracy. Oh, yeah.
Pile of Luigi. What a great name for a restaurant that would be.
Or a band. Pile of Luigi. Talking about the health CEO assassin dude, Luigi Mangioni, and there's just all kinds of crazy little offshoot stories that are popping up here. All right, 7:03 at the MJ Morning Show. 27 minutes from right now. At 7:30, I'll give you the latest Santa sleigh list song. What is a sleigh list? It's not like a bunch of songs that like a mass murderer listens to. No, it's sleigh as in SLEIGH. And when Santa's on the sleigh, he's got his playlist going, and it's called a sleigh list, not a playlist, and it's got some wacky stuff on it. So we'll give you the latest song at 7:30. Listen for that song to play anytime today here on 104.7 FM, Q105. Remember, we're always at 104.7 FM. Yeah, Q105. Even though we have no 105 in our actual frequency, we're called Q105, but the station is at 104.7 FM. And I think we ought to rename the place Q104.7.
Yeah, maybe with the new studio, we have a new rebranding of the name of the radio station.
Oh, and I shot a video on that yesterday. Remind me to get into the new studio video. Let me write that down. Yeah. So the new studio is actually being built, which is like a Festivus miracle. I mean, I can't believe it. Now, we'll see if we actually move into it. Well, that's a whole different story. But so heads up, the Slaylist song will play sometime today after we announce the title at 7:30. And then if you're the 7th caller when it plays, you'll win $1,000 cash. Simple as that. Want to talk about lying. Want to talk about fabricating for just a moment. An employee of a police department was fired and charged after lying about having a college degree in order to get an advancement and a pay increase. The old lying about your college degree and not thinking that anyone would do a little bit of a follow-up or just a little bit of a checkout, a look-see,
research into what you're hiring.
Exactly.
So he was already in the agency?
It's a she, by the way. Yep.
So she was
Gina Fowler Strickland.
Where's she from? What agency is this?
This is in Dallas.
Okay.
Dallas. Listen, the geography, I just was interested in anyone listening that got busted claiming that they had a college degree and then they didn't. Or, you fill out a job application, it asks about education, high school, less than high school, some college graduate. You've seen all the employment forms.
Yeah, they're going to verify what box you check, I would imagine. Easy to do.
I don't think a lot of places do. Listen, in certain avenues, yeah, I think you're right, Roxanne, but I think there are many places that they don't.
Yeah.
But this woman, Gina Fowler, how do you know her name? Did you look it up the minute I said?
I'm reading along with you.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, so Gina Fowler Strickland. Yeah, she lied on, I guess, a job application. She was an employee of the police department, was fired last week after a disciplinary hearing internally. The police department said that she was fired for engaging in adverse conduct when she was arrested for the offense of fraudulent, substandard, or fictitious degree. Listen to that terminology.
Well, they love those laws in Texas, man.
Yeah,
I'll
well,
tell you
listen.
what. Is that a law here?
Yeah, she was charged with fraud, fictitious degree over allegation she was lying about a post-secondary degree to receive a promotion a year before. So, what, she lied about the degree, she got the promotion, and then what, they did some checking, or did someone rat her out?
Yeah. Did you see that is punishable by up to 180 days in jail and a $2,000 fine in Texas?
180, that's what, 6 months?
Ooh, she could put that on her resume.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm looking at her mugshot. She looks very studious.
Does she have the proper work experience to justify her getting this job? Like, if the college question was left off of the application, would she have still been a candidate for this job? How old is she? Has she been an officer for like 20 years?
No, she's not an officer. She is a police report representative, and apparently utilized some type of an upward mobility inside the department initiative that if you have higher education that you can apply for a raise or get some different stuff. Anyway, the bottom line, I just brought this up to kind of launch the question. And if I'm looking at her mugshot, I would say she's 45, 48, somewhere in that vicinity. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, I'm just curious if any folks listening right now, any people, any of our listeners, there are a couple of things I'd like to ask. You ever lie on a job application about juicing up? Like, are you a high school dropout and you put like medical doctor?
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You're going to go big or go home.
No, seriously. On any level, question. Have you lied about your education on a job application? Hey, you get the job. Did anyone ever find you out? Were you ever busted for lying about your education level? Anybody? I don't know what the phones are going to do on this, but we can try.
Man.
800-990-1047. Just out of curiosity. I saw the story. I'm like, you know what? That's an interesting question. Any of our listeners ever get busted for lying about their education level on a job application? 800-990-1047. Or maybe it's someone you know. Maybe it was someone where you work or where you used to work. Maybe you're aware of somebody that was, ripped out of their office and fired because they lied about, having, a college degree when they didn't. Some college when they put college graduate. Anyway, any variation of that, And listen, if you want to remain anonymous, it's fine. Have you ever lied? Also, this is another angle. Have you ever lied about your education level on a job application and you were never discovered? No one, I'm guessing the bulk are never investigated. No one's ever, unless you have to have a license or certification based on the degree, and then obviously there are different levels of confirmation. Just out of curiosity. And you don't have to use your name. You can stay anonymous if you want. So multiple variations of this, including have you, an MJ Morning Show listener, have you ever lied about your education level on your employment application? And did you get the job? And you went for years and years and years, and nobody figured it out.
Oh man! So
maybe maybe they're right now, and no one figured out that you lied about your education level on your job application.
You're the boss now. You run the place.
Yeah, hey. All right, phones are ringing, and Andrew's a screening. 800-990-1047. 800-990-1047.
I remember, like in the 2000s, maybe 2000 or so, Notre Dame hired a football coach for 5 days because after they announced it,
right?
His name was, I looked it up. His name was George O'Leary. They hired him. They announced him. Then everybody does all this research on George O'Leary, and he was a qualified coach, but he lied about his educational history and his playing experience on the application to the University of Notre Dame, like the number one Catholic institution in the country.
Yeah, they're probably going to check on that.
Well, the media checked it after he was hired.
Yeah, it was
the media.
Yeah, the media checked it.
So if it's a high-profile hire, if it's something like that, that's different than you're just applying for some firm in Sarasota or something.
Yeah, I remember he gets a job as coach at Notre Dame, like one of the best football jobs out there, and he lied about getting a master's degree from the University of New Hampshire.
So he lasted for 5 days. Oh,
I'm reading it right now off the New York Times. He claimed he got a master's degree from UNH.
Wow, that's where my daughter Chloe graduated from with her triple degree at magna cum laude.
I'm sorry, he said he was a football player at UNH, and he got a master's degree from NYU.
Oh, that's even worse. NYU masters
between both of your
kids.
That's
where Julian is. I got both schools covered. Chloe's a UNH graduate. And then Julian's at NYU Tisch Film School right now. That's good.
My gosh. Well, you got to be leery of a George O'Leary.
Yeah,
no question.
And you got to be very leery of Mrs. O'Leary's cow in Chicago, circa 1890.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Burn the city down.
712 at the MJ Morning Show, and we say hello to Marcy. Hi, Marcy. Welcome to the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, good morning.
Hi, Marcy, would you like to add to people lying on their job application about their education level?
Yeah, I work for a national bank and have been doing hiring as a leader for about 20 years. And twice I have had, there's a couple levels of background checks.
Oh, this is what I'm looking for. So you actually hired people?
Yes.
Wow. Okay, go ahead.
And so twice I have hired individuals for positions that did not require a degree. And we go through level 1 background checks, go ahead and let them start. We finish background checks. And twice I have hired people who within the first 30 days we've had to let go because they lied about their education, even though it was not a prerequisite for the position.
Did the education level increase the potential salary?
Not at all.
Wow. So they lied. It wasn't a prerequisite to get the job, nor was there an increase in salary if they had a certain education level, and they still lied.
They lied.
Wow. And so they were working for 30 days. Then the secondary background check comes in, and you're told that they have no such degree from said institution?
Correct.
Wow. And then how do you approach? Now, you hired. Do you also do the firing as well?
Unfortunately, yes.
Well,
So how did that go down? Give me an example of how one of these events went down.
So it's an in-person visit, and you have to let them know, because we always tell people you've passed Tier 1 background checks, you can go ahead and get started.
Now, is this a situation where they actually wrote deliberately that they had a higher education, or can they make the claim, oh, I checked the wrong box, I'm sorry?
No, so typically you have to put the institution in working for a national bank. We actually use a service and to do the background checks, and so you have to put the institution that you attended and your level of degree. So it's not a check the box kind of thing.
I got you. All right, so I'm assuming you work for the bank you work for is the Don't F with Us National Bank?
Well, you have to be honest.
Right. Yeah, especially in banking. Yeah, I don't think you want people that lie when you're in banking, right? Well, I'm sure there are plenty of them out there. But Marcy, thank you so much for calling in.
You got it. Have a great day.
Look at that. See, that's what I'm looking for right there.
She had to drop the axe on people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anonymous in Tampa. Hi, Anonymous. You're on the MJ Morning Show.
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
So I have almost the opposite story of what you just heard. This was not me. It was someone I knew when I was a young teenager, which has been a long time ago.
And what happened?
Well, my father had a friend who applied for a job that required at least a high school diploma, which he did not have.
Yeah.
So they made a copy of my father's high school diploma, put his name on it, and he submitted it. He actually got the job, and he worked for many years from that company and retired from there. So they never found out.
Wow. I tell you what, if their background check company had Fred and Velma.
Yeah.
And Shaggy.
Out of business.
And who's the other one? Fred? Who am I missing?
The good-looking one.
Velma. What was her name? What was the good-looking one? Yeah. Velma. Daphne.
Daphne, yes.
Yeah, then they wouldn't have gotten away with it. And then they would have said, and I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids.
Like the day before he retires.
Exactly.
And he loses his whole retirement.
And I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for you meddling kids. Thank you, Anonymous. Look at this one. All right, final call on this. Joan in Tampa, I'm looking at the screen, says she lied downward. Oh, man.
Is that how you got your
I
job?
wonder why you would do that.
Hello, Joan. Welcome.
Hey. Hello. Good morning.
What happened, Joan?
Okay. So I have a doctorate, and the jobs I apply for, I don't want to overqualify.
Yeah.
So I lie.
Wow.
I lie and say I don't have it.
So what's your doctorate in?
Adult education.
Okay, so you have a doctorate in adult education, so you got a PhD. And what job were you applying for that you...
I don't have a PhD.
Oh.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I don't have a PhD. I have an EDD.
Okay, all right.
Thank you for being honest.
All right, okay.
Yeah,
all right,
really, thank you for being so honest.
Joan, what job did you apply for that you had to lie so you didn't appear to be overqualified?
I'd rather not say.
But MJ, think about it.
Joan, all right, listen, you don't have to say exactly like where you work, but what type of work?
Education.
Yeah, I mean, if Joan comes in with a doctorate degree and she wants to be a teacher, right? And, even the head of the school is only a master's degree.
How can you be overqualified? So, Joan, you think that if they knew that you had a doctorate that you would...
I don't mind.
Say it again?
2 masters, I don't mind saying that.
Yeah.
All right.
But once you have a doctorate's degree, suddenly people might think you're a little hoity-toityer than you are.
Right,
that might be a deterrent.
By lying downward, did you get the job?
You know what? I want to comment on what he just said.
Yeah.
Because I don't like anyone to know I have a doctorate because I don't want them to think more of me, and I don't want them to think I'm hoity-toity.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
So...
So do you currently have this job where you lie downward?
Yeah.
How long, if you don't mind me asking, how long has this been?
3 years.
Wow.
3 years.
All right.
What subject do you teach?
I don't think you can get in trouble for lying downward. Like if you're a medical doctor and you apply to work at Burger King,
Yeah, just have a high school education.
High school diploma.
Yeah,
That's
top
it.
of my
No,
class.
not even that. I've got a GED. Meanwhile, Harvard medical graduate. Thank you, Joan. Great call. Look at that. That turned out well. I like all those calls.
What a bunch of liars we have listening to the morning show.
It's the Liars Club. All right, 7:18 at the MJ Morning Show. Next, we'll start an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. We also will reveal in 12 minutes, 11 minutes now, we will reveal the next Santa Sleigh List song to listen for. We'll give you the song title at 7:30, and when you hear that song, guaranteed to play later today, be the 7th caller and win $1,000 with the Santa Sleigh List, not the playlist, the Sleigh List, here on Q105, 104.7 FM. All right, we're loaded next. We got the whole pile of all these crazy offshoot stories with the CEO, United Healthcare assassin, Luigi Mangioni. Man, there's some crazy crap that's coming out, including the eyebrow conspiracy. If you haven't heard this one, we got a lot. I need the listeners' help. We got a friend that needs a grandma nickname.
Oh, like not Nana or Mima.
Yeah. So we
Gigi.
we need we got a friend of ours whose daughter is having a baby, and they need to come up with a grandma nickname. And I'm like, all right, I'll see.
So they said they want you to ask the listeners.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, they didn't ask that. I kind of volunteered that.
I bet you did.
I'll see what I can do if I help you. If I'm volunteering, I'll see.
Anyway.
Terrible volunteer job.
I can't even scratch the surface of what's coming up next, but there's a lot, trust me. Here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Call it a bumper or a sweeper, live from the Rundown MJ Morning Show studios. Tell you what, I shot a video right after the show yesterday, right down the hall in our new digs, which are coming along after 4+ years. And I started talking, well, actually, did I ever reveal that the Beasleys wanted to hire me before I went to New York in 2015? Did I ever mention that?
I think we've talked about it.
Have we talked about that?
We didn't get into great detail about it.
Yeah.
But we talked about it.
I had a couple of offers on the table, and one was, go do mornings and launch a new show on 710 WOR in New York City. And then the Beasleys wanted me to come to Beasley. This is 2015, and the Beasleys had just bought the Tampa cluster from CBS Radio. And I had even two more offers that were on the table. And I decided to, try the New York thing again, because I'd already been in New York back in the early 90s with 95.5 PLJ. And so second time around, I said, okay, we'll put the MJ Morning Show back together. And that's when we came back in October of 2020, a little over 4 years ago. And I was promised back then, yeah, we know our studios are an absolute dumpster fire, but we're going to have a brand new studio for you by the first quarter of 2021. So, just months after we began in October of 2020, we were supposed to have a new studio. And tick, tock, 2020 went by, 2021 went by, 2022 went by, no studio, 2023 went by, no studio. And guess what? 2024 is almost going by, no studio. But when we get back after Christmas break in 2025, there's going to be a new studio. And in fact, Fester, bring up my Instagram quickly, would you please? Bring up my Insta. Because I shot a video. Folks, you want to see this? I shot a video, and it's on my Instagram, of our new studio space. The furniture's in, the control board is in, and I even got an upgraded control board. They were trying to buy the cheaper versions for the building, and everyone else got the cheaper version. We at the MJ Morning Show got the top-of-the-line version.
Oh, I bet.
And there's like a $50 difference.
Yeah, it's about a $7,000 difference.
Oh, okay.
But I got,
really?
I got them to fork it over. So,
for you.
Yeah, or else I was going to say fork you. So refresh this, would you
All right,
please?
here we go. Ready?
All right, go ahead and refresh it and hit the audio. Go. Hey, it's MJ, and somebody pinch me. Is this really happening? Oh my God, it's getting close. After 4+ years, the new MJ Morning Show studio is finally getting built. The cabinetry installed. This is my position over here behind the console. Then all the co-hosts around this position over here. Look at this. Oh my God, it's like going from the outhouse to the penthouse. Nice Wheatstone console here. Look at this. Oh, baby. Finally. Is this a dream or is this really happening? Are we finally going to get a brand new MJ Morning Show studio on 104.7 FM, Q105? Looks like it. Oh, here's my new microphone. Going to go to the SM7Bs from years of RE27s. Yeah, look at that. We're going to be ditching these Electro Voice RE27s, which I've always liked. Going to go, I haven't used the SM7 since Pirate Radio, 1989, 1990, Los Angeles.
How do you feel about the SM7s?
Wow. I remember it was a good mic. Anyway, I've got a surprise that Andrew, our producer, just brought in. I will open that surprise in minutes. First, though, it is 7:32. So let me give you the Santa Sleigh List song. You want to listen for this song to be played sometime today. So really, minutes after I announce this, it could play. I highly doubt it. But last week, we announced the song at 7:30. We played it like 9:30.
In the 9 o'clock hour, yeah.
We played it in the 9 o'clock hour. So we played it during our show. Or it could play at any time during the day. Today's song is I'm too sexy for my butt, too sexy for my crotch. Whatever the words are.
Right said Fred?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm too sexy?
Yeah, I'm too sexy. You're listening for Right Said Fred.
I'm a model. You know what I mean.
On the catwalk.
Yeah,
on the catwalk.
Yeah. I haven't heard that song in a minute.
Yeah. So Santa loves that song. That's why it's on Santa's playlist or sleigh list. So listen for I'm Too Sexy. It'll guaranteed play later today. When you hear it, be the 7th caller, 800-990-1047, and win $1,000 from the MJ Morning Show and 104.7 FM, Q105. Wow. Now for the surprise. I shall open it. Andrew just brought me this. Wow, I'm excited. Ooh, listen to that fizz. Andrew, and I'll hold this up to MJ TV, Andrew brought me a can of Verner's ginger ale, the Michigan staple. And I have not had a Verner's in, it's got to be 15 or 20 years.
Yeah, we're all really...
And hang on a minute, I just want to take a sip, because I don't drink a lot of soda. This might be my second soda in 2024. And I'm telling you right now, this will be my last soda in 2024. I drink very little soda. I do like soda. I just don't drink a lot of soda. I drink a schnitload of sparkling water with a little... What are you mocking me over there?
This is a soda that's available like in every supermarket. It's not like it's a novelty or anything.
Yeah.
But it's like him giving you a Coke. Ooh, Andrew brought me something, a special something.
Verner's
is Coca-Cola.
It's not a common beverage. A lot of people have never even tried Verner's. Hang on, let me take a...
It's not a matter of trying it or not trying it. It's available everywhere.
Oh, there's that. Oh, I love that oaky flavor. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. They need, let's mix some Verner's with some Hawaiian Punch. Good stuff, man. If you've never had, it's a very gingery. It is the gingeriest of the mass-produced ginger ales.
It's more of an oaky wood flavor.
Yeah.
Than ginger to me. And I love it. But excuse me.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm sorry.
But
Excuse yourself.
Very fizzy as well.
Very fizzy.
That'll
make if you have a tummy ache, ginger ale is the best.
And that's the thing, in Michigan lore, MJ, they would use this as an elixir to remedy sick tummies.
Hey, I want to call my brother real quick. My brother Drew. My brother Drew is a plastic surgeon with a maxillofacial specialty and all kinds of letters after his name. Hey, I was just giving your resume. You're like MD and a whole bunch of other letters, right? You're board certified, and what other letters are like the American plastic surgery? What are the other letters you have?
I don't really have other letters.
Well, like American Board of Plastics. What is that one called?
Only numbers from my prison stint.
That's right. Good answer.
Yeah, hey, so Drew, my brother, a plastic surgeon, I wanted to call you on a couple of things here. First of all, there was an item we had last week, and we just got sidetracked. I never got a chance to call you. We had a story last week how women were starting to go like anti-Kardashian, so that women were shying away from some of the over-the-top plastic surgery procedures, still doing surgeries, but more muted and more not quite as over-the-top Kardashian is the way it was described. And you being in South Florida, have you noticed that women are looking for less of the ostentatious, over-the-top Kardashian look?
There may be a little bit of that. There are people that come in for instance, Brazilian butt lift reversals.
Really?
I gave a presentation on it called the from the BBL to the ABR, the American butt reversal.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
like
because some of them are just grotesque and need to be shrunken back down, and I think some people just regret some of the size that they put on, but in general, it's still popular. I don't think it's as popular as it was as far as other plastic surgery. Breast, body, pretty consistent, and face. Maybe people are doing a little less crazy stuff and maybe a little less amounts of filler, but in general, all that stuff is pretty steady.
I was talking to one of my girlfriends in South Florida, and she's in her 40s, and she looks amazing. But she told me there's a trend in South Florida, and usually things start down there and move to us, that people just are getting less filler or actually getting some of their filler taken out in their face even.
And
I'd say it's still pretty consistent. The thing is, you need to go to providers who won't do stupid things.
Right, conservative providers, yeah.
Yeah, people need to do what looks good instead of over the top stuff.
That's a good slogan. I'm a plastic surgeon that won't do stupid things.
Over the top.
Yeah, I mean, look, you really want to enhance things and make them look better, not make them look strange.
Yes.
So it depends on who you go to, and with all these med spas and corner Botox and filler offices opening up, it's just important to go to people who know what they're doing, board certified oversight. Even if injectors are working in those offices, you need to make sure that somebody who knows what they're doing is overseeing all that and can help with any problems or complications. As I see the whole industry expanding.
Man, this dude sounds like he knows what he's talking about.
As everybody's expanding, on every street corner, Botox, fillers, and other, non-surgical treatments and whatnot. Even people doing surgical treatments are really not qualified, not board-certified plastic surgeons. People need to be really careful about who they choose and what they do for complications. Anybody can have complications. It's how you handle them.
Gotcha. All right, last question here. So there's one other additional item here. And we're on the phone with my brother, Drew, Dr. Schnitt. I'm the black sheep in the family. I'm a radio bum. Yes. But Drew is
Drew, your mother is very proud of you, and she
not so proud of me. I'm the radio bum.
It's like the son that went to prison almost, and there's Todd. Yeah.
All right. So the second question, and I saw this yesterday. I'm like, I wanted to call you on the fact that people were doing like less Kardashian with the procedures, and then I saw this yesterday. I'm like, I got to get Drew on the phone. Listen to this. Women are getting designer nipple filler for perkier bosoms. Is that true? Designer nipple filler? What is that?
Yeah, I mean, nipple reconstruction, nipple areolar reconstruction's been done for decades and decades. And, some people do get enhancement of the nipples with filler, sometimes with little implants. It depends on what they...
Hold on, you get little nipple implants? Like pencil erasers or something they jam in there?
Exactly.
Wow.
especially when people have some deformities like inverted nipples
I
or
gotcha.
nipples that needed reconstruction and whatnot. But some people just get some filler to enhance the projection.
All right, so this is a real thing. I got to roll, but this designer nipple filler, it's something you've done.
It is.
Wow. All right. Well, there it is. Thank you, Drew.
True
It's
story.
always great to have you on.
The pleasure's all mine.
All right. I tried to call Dad yesterday. How's he doing? We're on the air, so, don't violate any
He's,
HIPAA.
He's up and down. It's been rough.
Yeah, my dad is still in the hospital, and, he is breathing. So are they still moving him from the BiPAP to the cannula? Are they still moving that back?
They're still going back and forth, but, it's really just a lot of breathing trouble.
Yeah, that's a shame. All right, buddy. Thank you, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right.
My bro, the plastic surgeon, any Kardashian over-the-top questions, he'll answer them. Nipple filler questions, he'll answer them.
You want pencil erasers, you want silver dollars. He's got them all displayed for you to take your pick.
Can I get both? like big old silver dollars.
When I think
Take your pick.
When I think silver dollars, I think about silver dollar pancakes.
No, Roxanne.
That's
Sand
what
dollars.
Sand dollars is what I meant. Sand dollars is what I
silver
meant.
dollars are pancakes. Sand dollars are what you're looking for.
Oh, boy. All right, 7:41 at the MJ Morning Show. I'm still belching from the Verners. Are you ready for a classic crotchety? Is there any particular story, Fester or Andrew, that you guys have seen in the last 24 hours that would warrant potentially me reaching into the Milton Fludge Cow, oh, thank God you've answered, crotchety old man archives into the vault? It's like Disney, when we're opening up the vault and we're bringing out 101 Dalmatians again. Yeah. They don't do that anymore because it's
all streaming.
Yeah,
now.
it's all streaming. It's not like
That's what they were trying to sell VHS copies.
Yeah, DVDs, right?
So I'm trying to think. Milton never shot a healthcare CEO.
No.
It's not related to that story.
Dude, come on, that's
think,
grotesque.
You said it has something to do with something big in the news.
All right. It's not quite as big as the United Healthcare CEO assassination.
So the only other story that was an outlier of super great morning show interest for me was the Utah Subaru guy.
Bingo.
Ooh.
When I saw that, man. I mean, MJ might agree with this. I don't know, but when you do morning show prep and you look for things to talk about the next morning,
man,
a lot of things are kind of pedestrian topics. But then there's this one or two things that jump out every couple of days.
Man, is this great?
You get excited the night before, like, I can't wait to talk about this.
Holy crap! And that was me yesterday, man. I can't wait. I can't wait. Listen, I always love doing the morning show. There's really never a day where it's like, like Eeyore.
Okay.
Oh no, I don't want to come and do the morning show
that's
today.
not the
No,
case
you're
at all.
fired up. Even without caffeine, you're fired up.
Okay, if we're doing something like top 10 busiest holiday airports, okay, that's interesting, but it's not. Oh boy,
this is great. A pissed off customer who wanted to return a car that he just bought, and the dealership would not take the car back. He smashed the car through the front door and windows of the car dealership in Utah. Oh, man.
And the audio of the salesman in there.
Hey, Andrew, did you bleep all the curse words? I don't know if they were like good Mormons, but I'll tell you what, they're cursing up a storm.
Not at the Subaru dealership.
And this is a pissed off customer, just went way out of control on Monday, and he recently purchased a used Subaru wagon. Is that like an Outback or something? Is that a Subaru Outback?
Yeah, maybe.
It looks like it.
I'm not that familiar with the Subaru line.
So he bought a Subaru wagon, wanted to bring it back, and they wouldn't take it back, so he smashed the car through the front of the car dealership. And Andrew said it was a Subaru Outback. Tell you what, the car held up very nicely, smashing through the doors, the window, smashing through like a reception desk.
I mean, if Subaru's going to do a Super Bowl commercial about how durable their cars are, forget driving up a mountainside.
You know what? You run this footage right here. You grab this footage right off of YouTube, and you just do a whole Subaru Super Bowl commercial with this thing. Yeah. It was a Mazda dealership. So, here's I have those.
It was
details.
a used car, right?
Yeah. So here, I do have those details. So the whole thing was caught on video, and this guy plows the Subaru Outback through Tim Dahl Mazda in Sandy, Utah. Get a great deal at Tim Dahl Mazda right now. Happened Monday morning. Smashed through the dealership at full speed. Just obliterated like the reception desk. You'll hear on the audio. We've got audio. You'll hear the smash, and then they're like, "Is anyone pinned under the car?" I think they were concerned the receptionist might be pinned under the car.
Where's Becky? Has anybody seen Becky?
She's getting her nipple filler right now.
Oh, thank God.
She's out today.
You want to talk about one of the biggest states for plastic surgery? It's Utah.
Is it? Why is that?
It's a thing.
You're just making that up.
I'm not.
Really? How do you know that?
I know a couple of Utahnians.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. So the guy, I don't think we have a name on this guy, but he jumps out of the car and he starts shouting, "I told you, mother bleepers." And then it looks like he's about to, fight. He, takes his jacket off, and it looks like he's about to want to fight.
He's ready to throw down. I mean, after you ram your car into a place, you better be ready for something.
Right. According to the Sandy, Utah police, the man allegedly threatened to drive the car through the front door if the dealership did not refund him for the car that he bought the previous day. So I guess he bought the car last weekend on Sunday, had some reservations, wanted to bring the car back, and they said no, and he said, "That's it, I'm going to smash my car through your dealership." And the next day, he smashes the car through the dealership. And listen, I give him credit for upholding his word.
I mean, I think one of the tenets of Mormonism is to be true to your word.
Hang on. Andrew has further details. What's the name of the guy and how old is he?
35-year-old Michael Murray.
Michael Murray of Sandy, Utah. How old is he?
35.
35, mid-30s.
35 years old. And here's the audio. And then, of course, a classic crotchety old man call. Wow. All right, this is amazing. Listen to what happens. And you know what? Let me stop for a second. And it's almost like this is a camera phone video. So it's almost like they saw him coming and one of the sales guys rolled video.
Like a nanosecond before impact.
Unless this is some kind of a publicity stunt promotion for the car dealership. All right, hang on. Here we go. Listen. Holy crap. Man, that's like as good as my car smash sound effect. I mean, listen to this thing. All right, here's the real sound. Roll it again. Here we go.
I told you. Whoa! Whoa! Call the cops! Is anybody under the car?
No. Is anyone under the car?
That's like the best question to ask.
That is a good question.
That guy is Employee of the Month for actually caring about other people.
I mean,
He just ran right over the desk. Just
plowed
through
the
it.
whole receptionist desk is obliterated. It is blasted to smithereens. I told you, mother bleepers, that if you don't take the car back, I'm going to smash through the dealership. That's what he's saying.
It's running.
You can hear the wood being pushed out of the way while the sales guys are trying to get inside the car to shut it off.
Turn the car off. Don't move it. Don't move it.
Yeah, don't move the car. Let's leave the evidence in place so the Sandy Police Department in Utah can see what's going on here.
Nobody was there?
No. We have all this information.
So
he bought the car from you. You have everything on this guy.
Yeah, they got his credit report. They've got everything, Social Security number. They've got his name, his address, everything. So I think someone was asking, do we know who that was? Oh, yeah, we have all his information.
Oh, yeah, it was my customer on Saturday,
Sunday. He just bought the car from us the day prior. Oh, my God. That is unbelievable. Andrew, hold on. So some reports are saying that he bought the car the day earlier and it smashed through the dealership on Monday. Andrew, you're saying you've got an update? You think you've got better information?
I'm trying to find those details.
All right.
Utah law prohibits dealerships from being open on Sunday to sell vehicles.
Oh wow! So maybe it was Saturday, or
It can't be closed, or they can't be closed on Saturday and Sunday. So they have to be open like.
Oh, they have to be open on a Saturday or a Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh, so they can't be open both.
Like General RV has a couple of RV dealerships in Utah.
Oh wow!
And all those guys have Sundays off.
Interesting.
The best line from this story is the guy said, "I guess I just hit a breaking point." Yeah. No, you didn't. You didn't hit the brakes at the point that you were supposed to.
The breaking point was the receptionist's counter.
Yeah. Well, I got to hear the audio one more time. Oh God!
What the hell? I told you. Whoa!
I told you, mother. Whoa!
Whoa! Call the cops! Oh!
That's one of those car guys going, holy sh! I wonder if he's a Mormon.
I mean,
is anybody under the car?
No. Is anyone under the car? No. All right. And folks, this will precipitate a classic crotchety old man call. Why? Because clearly I predicted this exact scenario years ago with Milton Fludgecow and the crotchety old man and a problem with a car that Milton purchased from a used car dealership.
I'm putting the order in now, and I'm coming back, man. Hey, auto sales, this is Jack speaking.
Oh, thank God you've answered. Let me speak to the miserable piece of monkey puke that sold me this chunk of
Whoa, wait a minute. Calm down, sir. You don't have to use that tone of voice or that kind of language. Take it easy.
I'll use whatever kind of language I want to use. Who is this?
My name is Jack.
Jack, you.
Sir, please, you don't have to talk to me. Can I help you with something?
Listen, last week I bought a big old Buick from you people. The minute I drove this thing off the lot, it starts falling apart like a pile of crap.
What is your name, sir, please?
My name is Milton Fludgecow. F-L-U-D-G-E-C-O-W, first name Milton. Put the clown on the phone that sold me this load of crap.
Sir, that's not possible. We could not have sold you a vehicle. I don't know what you're telling me here.
I want my money back.
But, sir, no, you can't get your money back. I'm sorry, there are no cash refunds.
Hey, read my lips. I want my money back.
Look, buddy.
Hey, shut up a second, and why don't you let me get a word in edgewise?
Listen.
Hey, listen to this. Do you know what this is right here?
What's it? What is that?
That's the f***ing back bumper. It fell off, and I got it inside the car right now, and I can't get it snapped back on.
Sir, there is no way we could have sold your car like that.
That's just the beginning. See if you know what this is, you schmuck. Any idea what this chunk of...
No, but I suppose you're going to tell me, right?
Crap is, yes I am. That's the passenger door. It fell off.
Look, listen, first of all, you don't have to call me by names like that. And another thing, we didn't sell your car that bad. There's no way we could have sold your product.
Yes, you did. It's the f***ing passenger door. It's right over here inside my freaking car. It came off. It snapped off the hinges like it was a toy.
Sir, are you sure you didn't have an accident after you drove the car off the lot?
Are you calling me a liar?
No, I'm not. I'm just asking you a question.
No, you're calling me a... Hey, you.
A voice with me. You don't have... Look, we're willing to work with you on this, but you don't have to start cursing it.
I'll tell you how we're going to work together. You're going to give me my money back is what you're going to do.
No, the contract, if you read your contract, you signed it. The car is sold as is once you leave the lot. There's no refund here.
I've got the steering wheel right now, and the steering wheel is all wobbling in my hands like it's about to come. Whoa! Oh my God, the steering wheel's off! Whoa! Holy crap! I'm swerving all over! Hold on a sec!
Hello?
I gotta get the steering wheel back on!
The guy's gonna have it. Hello?
Okay. Oh my God, I snapped the wheel back on. It came off like it was a Lego toy.
Can I... What are you doing to that vehicle?
I just bought it, and I'm driving it right now. Guess where I'm headed?
I don't know. Where are you headed?
I'm coming down to your freaking car lot, and I'm gonna bash into every car on your lot.
No, you can't do that,
And then I'm gonna smash right through your front window and pin you up against the wall.
Hey, what are you, some kind of a
retard? What's the matter with you?
Listen here, grease monkey. I'm coming down there. I've got a vendetta against you.
Jimmy, can you get on the other line, please, and call the police? There's some nut job. He wants to come down and bash all the son of a. Look, buddy, can you please just calm down? You can't come down here. The cops will be here. You'll get arrested. If you do anything wrong, you'll be right in jail.
Oh, yeah, you're scaring me. I'm shaking in my boots. Oh, I'm coming down there after I smash the cars and bash through your front window. I'm going to pop the trunk on this load of crap you sold me. I'm going to pull out the tire jack, and I'm going to shove it so far up your... Hello? 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 Hello?
Wow, how predictive was that?
Wow, just like The Simpsons.
My God, smash it right through your front door, pin you up against the wall?
It's like Fludge Cow tells the future.
My God, it's like he's a soothsayer or something. Right here.
What the huh? I told you. Whoa! Whoa! Call the cops!
Look at that.
So I don't know if you've covered this
Didn't you
already.
hear the guy say, call the cops?
Yeah, the first thing he says, call the cops.
On my crotchety old man call,
He says,
call the cops. Someone call the cops.
So,
wow.
I don't know if you brought this up already. He's been captured, right? He's been arrested?
Oh, yes. Yeah, they arrested
Okay.
Yes. Sandy, Utah police arrested the guy. Yes.
Man. So when you buy a car and you leave the lot and it is titled to you, you own it. It's not like you're buying a pair of pants at Ross.
No.
Okay, you can't return it with a receipt. It's yours. You made the adult decision to buy a car.
Exactly.
You own it. If you hate
Wow.
it, tough luck. You trade it in and you take a beating on it.
Yeah, that is a very, very predictive crotchety old man call where just, I mean, so much. It's like the real story was ripped from the crotchety headlines.
You know,
You know?
I think I detected a Utah accent in that salesperson. I don't know.
Also, can I point out, I think that might have been the cursiest Milton Fludge Cow call where I had to bleep out Milton Fludge Cow more than any other crank call that I did with the crotchety old man.
Yeah, Milton didn't curse too much, did he?
No, he didn't. That's a very rare, but the cursing was needed to enhance and really tick
Really sell
off
it.
to really tick off the guy at the used car lot where I called. And
Trying to get a reaction.
I can't even remember where I called.
So here's the deal.
Yeah.
If you follow all of the crotchety calls, and I've heard them all.
Yep.
Milton goes from like the clumsy old man stage to a very angry person in a couple of calls.
Yeah, I can't
And
remember
this
where.
is the angry season of life.
That's a good
I
point.
can't remember when that was, but it was certainly that was mid '90s. So that's a long time ago. That was mid '90s, and it's off of one of the crotchety old man CDs. Wow.
Milton, like on testosterone enhancement
Roid
therapy or
rage.
something.
Milton
like,
Roid rage. Yes.
All right.
Exactly right.
It is 7:58 at the MJ Morning Show. A little while ago, we announced the Santa Sleigh List song. So you are listening for "I'm Too Sexy," Right Said Fred. It's something that Santa listens to. It's on his playlist, on the sleigh list, when he's riding around, delivering all the toys for the boys and the girls. NORAD's tracking him, and he's got the "I'm too sexy for my shirt, too sexy for my pants." So when you hear Right Said Fred, "I'm Too Sexy," be caller 7 and win $1,000 today. Could happen at any time here on 104.7 FM. Q105. You got the MJ Morning Show. All right, it's 7:59. I'm running a little late here. I teased an item that was supposed to actually be delivered to you some time ago. But listen, we're having fun. Who's watching the clock around here?
It's a live show.
Obviously, I'm not. All right, so here's the deal. I asked a question. I did a tease yesterday. Hey, tomorrow morning, MJ Morning Show. If you have a particular side hustle that's discovered, should you be forced to resign or get fired? So think about this. A side hustle. So someone's got a main job.
Right.
Then they have a side hustle. The side hustle was discovered and they resigned, I guess, before they got potentially fired. Any idea what the side hustle could be?
Well, what's the first job?
First job is police officer.
Oh, no.
It's obviously OnlyFans.
It is. That is correct, Roxanne. You're right again.
OnlyFans would not get you fired from this job, would it?
No, I don't think
No,
so.
I mean, if anything, it would help the
Yeah,
ratings.
probably.
Hey, Fester, why don't you give it a shot?
I do. I have an OnlyFans off my feet.
Only Fester Fat fans feet? Is that-
Fester Fat Feet fans, yeah. It's a whole
I
deal.
hope you have a Crocs one too.
I
Take
have
them out of the Crocs, like
I have
slow
like
motion.
6 people
Ooh.
giving me $9 a month, so
Hey,
watch out.
Hey, Andrew, where's that old Fester theme song? Remember we played, what was that music that Froggy pulled a long time ago? Yeah. Pull the Fester theme song and put it on 17, would
See,
you?
This is the part of the morning show I don't find funny at all. I mean, I don't know where this song comes into play. However, yeah, just type in a Fester Fat Feet fans in OnlyFans.
No, you don't. You're making that up.
Okay, whatevs.
He's making
All right, I'm making it up.
Yeah. All right, so we have a sheriff's deputy, a woman, who was desperate for extra money and then turned to OnlyFans in what was described as her raunchy side hustle secret life.
How raunchy.
And I love where this was. This is out in Colorado. And the sheriff's deputy resigned after her department learned that she had all kinds of pornographic videos on OnlyFans, and she went in that direction, she claims, out of monetary desperation due to mounting bills. Shannon Laughlin, 21-year veteran of the Arapahoe.
Oh, no. Of all the towns.
It's Arapahoe County, which is a very well-known county in Colorado. You got Jefferson County, you got Eagle County,
Then you got Arapahoe.
Vale area. I mean, you got tons of counties, obviously. And Arapahoe.
Does Arapahoe border Idaho?
No,
Oh.
it does not. I don't think Colorado borders Idaho in any juncture.
Yeah, but still, joke ties in.
Yeah.
All right, listen, MJ, see, things like this in certain professions, it's a distraction.
So
it's
she
too big a
And
distraction.
in some, it's an enhancement.
So she did an interview with CBS News in Denver, and she said she turned to the world of adult entertainment online, and it was due to monetary desperation. She said that her finances that had turned south and that she couldn't keep up. She said, quote, "I was desperate. I was drowning. I found a legal, lucrative means for providing that support for my family that I needed at that time to save my home for them and feed my family."
And then you get greedy when it starts pouring in. You're like, oh, I need a Bugatti.
So
Maserati.
So she resigned because they were about to fire her. 21-year veteran of the Arapahoe County Sheriff's Office. Yeah, the Sheriff's Office began an internal investigation after the agency somehow was tipped off. They found out about her other little side hustle.
What happens is they get busted by like these guys who are trolling OnlyFans in the first place. Like, I recognize that person. Let me ruin their life.
Yeah. So she claims that she made the videos. Listen, she's attractive. 44-year-old wife and mother. And she actually ran the Arapahoe County Driving Academy for the sheriff's office. And she did half dozen or so sex scenes because of rising debt, high interest rates. And she said this was the only way to dig herself out. Well, I guess maybe she's going to go full-time into the business now because she's not a sheriff's deputy anymore in Arapahoe County.
Really put all of her efforts into her more lucrative business.
I mean, I've heard of this with teachers.
Yeah.
I think
Nurses.
Nurses. Yeah. Man,
Allie.
you got to figure that if certain lines of work, if this got out, this would be a big distraction.
Yep.
For the department or for the school board or whatever you work for.
It's not the first time Arapahoe County's been hit with a scandal. About 3 years ago, Sheriff's Office Lieutenant Melissa Williams was forced from her job after colleagues discovered her secret OnlyFans account. Wow. Anyway, she's a very, very attractive woman, great body, good-looking 44-year-old woman, and boom. So I would imagine now she doesn't have the sheriff's department paycheck coming in. Maybe she's even, then she can go all in, I guess, on this and probably make a fortune more. Remember, like a week ago, we had a story about that 20-something-year-old that's made $43 million on OnlyFans?
So she's giving up government pension plan, but upside of, you know,
open a couple
43
of
mil.
IRAs,
That's
will be just fine.
Unbelievable.
I think it'll work.
Yeah, it'll work out.
So, I mean, I assume it's OnlyFans. On her, it said she shot these pornographic sex scenes online. I'm assuming it's OnlyFans, but I don't know if I specifically saw that her case was OnlyFans. But, I mean, that seems to be the venue. Anyway, she's out of a job. So, yeah, listen, just kind of food for thought. You know, the question would be, if she's a sheriff's deputy and she does a side hustle, is that a fireable offense? And essentially, most police departments have ethics clauses. You have to abide by certain guidelines to be employed there. And clearly this went outside of those guidelines, and they were going to fire her, but she resigned instead.
I mean, you probably can't do something to bring negative attention to the agency.
That's another good point. That's a fantastic way to put it. Absolutely. All right, moving along to the latest on the situation with Luigi Mangioni. Yes, Fester. Do you not like me playing this every time I say Luigi Mangioni?
Okay, first of all, it's such a far-away tie-in.
Yeah, it is.
When you can play the Super Mario Brothers music that I had requested for the show, where that is much funnier.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. So you like better. It's time for a Luigi Mangioni update. So you'd rather me play off the Luigi versus the Mangioni.
Nobody thinks of this obscure 1970s jazz player who has one hit. Is this even a hit?
Oh, that was a massive hit, yes.
Yeah, great.
All right, so...
I can picture Luigi and Mario riding away into Central Parks on bikes. I can picture Luigi at the McDonald's.
Yeah, all right.
I have an even better one for you. You could play music from the soundtrack from the Super Mario Brothers movie. There's some good stuff on there.
So the Super Mario Brothers.
I don't know if anyone will tie into that. I mean, when you say Mario Brothers, everyone knows the music from the Nintendo. You know,
they have like a lot of '80s hits in that movie.
I will tell you.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone would associate it with
that
peaches, 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 peaches. What do you associate with?
Crazy would it
what
be?
the hell is that?
You don't know about peaches?
You don't know about peaches?
Roxanne, we have to give them a whole education on peaches.
I don't know about that. No, I know that Peaches is the girlfriend of Luigi or Mario.
Oh, of Mario.
Mario.
But Bowser. Bruiser?
Who knows?
Anyway,
all right, let me get back to the damn story. All right.
Play the music. Thank you.
Yeah.
Go.
All right, we have a whole pile of ancillary offshoot items and a couple of audio bites. First of all, man, this is like impossible to get Google to do this, but Google did it. Google's removed all of the one-star McDonald's reviews for people that were decimating the McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania.
I mean, that's only right.
Well, what had happened was a customer thought they saw Luigi, the shooter, told a female employee. I don't know why the customer just didn't, call 911 themselves. But a female employee, after being told by a customer that I think that's the guy that shot the CEO in New York for United Healthcare. So the female employee then calls 911, and then you had a whole bunch of people sympathetic to the shooter because of the horror show that health insurance is in this country. And people were like just nailing this McDonald's with bad reviews because they were narcs. And they turned in.
Narcs.
Well, seriously.
They work at a McDonald's.
You're a narc. You're a drive-through narc. You're a fry narc.
I remember that was a real big insult. Don't be a narc.
No, but there are a lot of people out there that, and this is wrong, that are sympathizing and supporting the shooter that, he really went after big health care. You don't do it that way, folks. Are there massive problems with health care, health insurance, people being run through the ringer, people's lives being wrecked, insurance companies not approving essential procedures, dragging their feet, deny. It happens every day. People have been put through absolute hell. Even more so, people have been put through hell with some of these health insurance companies, but you don't assassinate and murder the CEO. So anyway, Google has removed a whole bunch of one-star reviews where people were leaving messages like, yeah, this McDonald's sucks. They turned in the hero and all kinds of crap like that.
He does have this vigilante hero thing going with him.
Right.
Nobody's really shedding tears over the incident itself, although it's awful. Somebody died, yeah.
Well, guess what? It gets even more strange from here. All right. First of all, sort of in line with Google taking the one-star reviews off of this McDonald's that turned him in. Then also we've heard that GoFundMe has canceled all of the GoFundMe pages trying to raise money for the shooter for his legal defense.
Well, that's not right.
Yeah. Oh, and the law firm is getting all kinds of calls. The lawyer representing this Luigi, the lawyer that popped up on TV yesterday, apparently his office is getting all kinds of calls from people that want to pay for his legal defense.
Really?
I mean, first of all, his family's loaded.
Yeah,
the family, apparently, they're multi-millionaires. Listen, something snapped in this guy's head.
Obviously.
Something went wacko in Luigi's head, and we think we know what it is.
We do.
We'll get to that here in just a second. And then we've got the eyebrow conspiracy theory. There is a whole group online that are trying to suggest that the shooter is not the guy that was apprehended at the McDonald's eating a hash brown. You know he's eating a hash brown. He took down his mask to eat a McDonald's hash brown at 9 o'clock in the morning.
I tell you what, a McDonald's hash brown right out of the fryer.
Breakfast served till 10:30. I would imagine that goes for Altoona, Pennsylvania as well, right?
It's an American classic delicacy, as far as I'm concerned. The McDonald's hash brown, super good.
Sometimes it gets a little, the oil gets a little slimy on your, like the roof of your mouth.
I ain't scared of that.
All right, okay.
I'm not scared of that.
All right, so he dropped his mask, and he was eating a hash brown, and he got busted. But back to the eyebrows. You got a whole bunch of Luigi truthers online. Like the 9/11 truthers. Yeah. What are we going to have, one of those loose change videos pop up? No, seriously. There are comparisons now online where these internet sleuths are saying that, nope, something's up with the arrest of Luigi Mangioni. They're saying that the eyebrows of the suspect, who's been charged with the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson, that the eyebrows are going to show that he's innocent. Because they're trying to suggest that, and this is crazy, they're trying to suggest that the eyebrows from the surveillance video where he drops the mask and smiles for the hostel clerk, that the eyebrows don't match the current pictures that we saw of him getting arrested, and that one picture is like clean eyebrows, and then the current picture shows more of a unibrow, like they're a little more growing together.
Well, I hate to break it to these conspiracy theorists, but they do realize that flash photography and the amount of light in the room dictates how thick your eyebrows are going to look in a photo.
My God, you ought to teach a Nikon professional course.
You know what?
It's true. It's true. There's some photos you take and you're like, wait, where did my eyebrows go? And they're like really thinned out because the flash blew them out.
What, do you work for the insurance company or something all of a sudden, Roxanne?
In other
you
photos.
Working for United Healthcare? Are you a shill? Are you a shill? MJ, we've been infiltrated by a shill for United.
Yeah, pretty much.
So now there's an eyebrow conspiracy that the eyebrows don't match up from just 10 days earlier or 5 days, whatever, when he was spotted on the hostel video versus the arrest video that we saw.
His cheekbones on the hostel video also look like he has Restylane, like a ton of cheek implant in there. Like it's just the shadowiness of that, that video or the image that was captured.
Yeah, my wife didn't think he looked so good in that mugshot where he's wearing like the bulletproof flak jacket. Or whatever
some folks are now saying, hey, gonna be honest here, this is starting to feel fake. Get out of here. Yeah. How much they pay this guy? So they're thinking, do you think he's getting framed? It all goes to show you this is a rushed investigation. They don't have the right guy. Look at the eyebrows. So now it's the freaking eyebrow controversy that they don't match up. All right, moving on. Yes, Andrew. Andrew raised his hand in the producer booth.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out if this is true.
Yep.
Burger King tweeted, "We don't snitch."
No, they didn't. Dude, There is no, that is not, Burger King did not tweet, "We do not snitch."
Not on their official Twitter account.
Insinuating that McDonald's does. Yeah. Call in executioners of healthcare CEOs. I don't consider that a snitch. You might have a total disdain and hatred for the healthcare industry, and many people are right to have that hatred, but I saw this last night as well. So, Fessa, you sent me this.
I saw this one. I didn't see the BK one, although I believe BK when they say that.
No. Listen, BK did not officially put up "We don't snitch." And Fester sent me this last night, and it's a smiling Culver's crew, and it says Culver's wouldn't have snitched. That's fake as well.
Culver's would have served him up a hell of a butter burger and some custard.
And some vanilla custard,
Delicious.
absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, just a little FYI, I'm looking through some of my IG photos at Roxanne Wilder.
Let me guess, you're studying your eyebrows.
Yes, I am. And some of them look bushy, and some of them I look like Voldemort.
And
No
some of them
eyebrows.
look like Matt Gaetz, and they're like totally going up in the sky.
Yeah. It's all about the lighting.
What did that dude do to himself, man? That guy, wow. All right, so moving along. Can't believe the hash brown took him down.
That was his last meal as
Yeah.
a free man. It was the hash brown. I didn't even get to finish it.
I told you, the pile is really interesting. And as I predicted, residents on Sherman Place in Maplewood, New Jersey are all freaked out because he used an address at 128 Sherman Place, Maplewood, New Jersey, 07040. So that was the address on his fake New Jersey driver's license. And now neighbors on that street, New York Post did a story. Residents of a Tony, New Jersey town are freaked out that the accused CEO assassin Luigi Mangioni listed their street on a phony ID that he used while on the run. It's unclear why Mangioni, a 26-year-old tech whiz originally from Maryland, picked 128 Sherman Place in Maplewood as his fraudulent home, but it's been the talk of the town since the news of the arrest broke, according to the Bergen County Record. It's crazy. I had to put my reading glasses on to make sure it wasn't our house, said Jonelle Delk, a resident who said that she's gotten almost a dozen calls and texts from friends and family. Sherman Place is there's no home numbered 128.
Yeah, so I went to the map last week.
You know what? I saw it. I saw a 134, and so there is no 128. There's a 124.
It falls on the block, and I think Google blurs out numbers.
No, they do not blur out numbers.
Okay, they blur out license plates.
Yeah, they'll blur out license plates in driveways, they'll blur out people walking, but they will not blur out addresses on the house. Those you can see. And listen, a lot of people don't know this. Do you know that you can make a request on Google Maps if you want your address blurred out?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can request a blurring of their address.
So what did he say? 128?
He said 128 Sherman Place. So
here's 120.
All right.
So it would have been on this side of the street.
Yeah, so it's on the even side of the street. And the next one, can you see the address on that one? Yeah, I wonder if they go by fours. So 120, no, then 120, 122. Anyway, 128 is skipped. And I know that I saw 134. But there's, anyway, so they're freaking out on the street. And it's a nice, looking, what is that one? That's one, I can't see it.
126 maybe?
I don't know. Anyway, so the address is freaking them out. Then we get to a couple of the audio bites here. And we have his friend from Hawaii that says that he really went downhill after apparently he had back problems.
What was he doing in Hawaii?
That's a good question.
He was surfing. We know that.
Well, it said he was like living like in a co-op type housing or seasonal worker housing. I've been to places where they bring in a lot of seasonal workers to help during the busy season. And a lot of those people are teenagers or in their 20s or college aged.
This was one of his roommates in Hawaii that did an interview, and I'm shocked. This is the last person I thought that. And we're also hearing from like former high school friends from that Gilman school, the the hoity-toity upper crust boarding school that he went to.
Have you seen the video of his valedictorian speech?
Yeah.
You know, amazing. This guy's the valedictorian of his school.
He was the valedictorian, and now he's going to. Well, I'm telling you right, they're heading toward his insanity plea. It is totally going to be an insanity plea on him.
No way. He's as insane as the Unabomber was. He's dying the wool committed to his cause.
I don't know. I think that something happened to it. Listen to the roommate from Hawaii.
The severity of his back issue was such that it was very difficult to have physical relationships with women.
So the translation is that because of his back problem, apparently he threw out his back and he caused back damage while taking surfing lessons in Hawaii. And he had some type of surgery, and the family said that he fell off the radar. And, his mother actually filed a missing persons report in San Francisco 2 weeks before the shooting. Mom filed a missing persons report with the San Francisco PD saying, we can't find my son. So he also posted an X-ray of appliances, screws, and hardware in his back, in his lower back. Now, I don't know if it's been confirmed that it's his actual X-ray, but is that where his disdain and his anger toward health care, health insurance came from? I'll tell you right now that a buddy of mine who is a spine surgeon took a look at the X-ray and said, yeah, that work doesn't look very good, actually. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Well, what he had, I believe, MJ, he had something before he had that surfing accident. He has something called spondylolisthesis.
All right, I'll take your word for that.
And
Fester's got leptospirosis.
it's basically spinal displacement.
Right.
And I believe he had that. I don't know if he was, just developed that. It can be caused due to a birth defect.
Is that
or
like
it can be
that curve
caused
in
due
your
to
spine that they check for in
No,
that
that's
school?
scoliosis.
Okay, I don't know.
This
I'm
is a
asking.
lumbar. This is it's a spinal disorder in which one vertebrae slips onto the vertebrae below it.
Okay.
And it causes a lot of lower back pain.
So the guy's
leg
had back
pain.
issues.
And I haven't figured out yet from everything I've read if he had this as a birth defect or if he had it as an injury, but he had it prior to the surfing incident.
Yeah, he had apparently he took surfing lessons, and maybe it just exacerbated the problem or inflamed, and then whatever the deal is, he had issues afterward.
He might have been predisposed to a back injury, and then after he injured it, it was just a tough road back. Poor
All right,
bastard.
couple more things. Like I said, there's just some interesting angles here. But his back pain, according to his roommate, was so bad that he couldn't have sex with women. That's got to suck.
Question.
And then, Roxanne, you sent me a very racy item last night.
What was my caption with that racy item?
I don't remember. I just remember that I was embarrassed and blushing that you sent me that.
No, I said ignore the clickbait title of this article, headline of this article. Read the story and you'll find out some interesting information.
What was it?
On Twitter, he wrote that someone said, does anyone have a PhD or do you have a PhD? And he replied, yes, I have a pretty huge D.
Oh, come on. I've been telling that joke since high school.
I've never heard that before.
I've got a PhD for you.
I've
Pretty
never
huge.
I've never heard.
Oh,
yeah, I've got a
come on,
pretty
that's-
huge.
I've never heard the PhD
That's male
joke ever.
chauvinist pig joke
Yeah.
101. MJ, question. Why do police walk perps through a crowd or through an open area where they can actually talk to the media?
Well, I have that audio too.
Couldn't they have pulled into a garage
Like
or gone around to the
hey,
other side?
That's called a sally port.
Is
In
it?
law enforcement terms, when they pull them into that door, into a sally port. That's what it's called.
I mean, ever since...
It's not a Doris port.
Ever
It's not a Martha port. It's a sally port.
Ever since like Oswald, I think police would be, shying away from walking people through where other people can see them.
All the media was outside of this police station in Pennsylvania. And, he's in, I think they were bringing him back from court or
Somewhere.
Yeah.
He got arraigned yesterday, right?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He's
And
fighting extradition to New York?
He's fighting extradition. Doesn't want to leave Pennsylvania. Well, because he's got a gun charge in Pennsylvania. In New York, he's got a murder charge.
I'll stay here.
All right, so this is Luigi Mangioni. And this is him, exactly what Fester's talking about. And they've got like a whole bunch of deputies, and then he starts like fighting them. He starts tussling, and they have to roughhouse him. They have to handle him because he's trying to break away. So he says, let me play the audio. So he shouts this to the media and every single network. There are 100 TV cameras out there, and he's yelling.
And they're completely out of touch. And it's an insult to the intelligence of the American people. It's a lived experience.
So he yells, it's completely out of touch and an insult to the intelligence of the American people and the lived experience is what he's yelling at. What he's saying.
The hell does that mean,
Yeah,
Luigi?
Lived experience.
I don't know.
Help me out a little
All right,
bit.
Let me wrap this up with just a couple of other things. Now you have tourists that are flocking to the sidewalk, and they want to take pictures where the CEO was executed.
Dude, next time I go to New York, that's on the list. Absolutely.
What, 54th Street, and 6th Avenue?
My wife's going to stand where Mangioni was, and I'm going to be laying on the concrete.
Oh,
that's
come
how
on.
it goes.
That's awful.
That sounds terrible, but how much time has to pass before that's an appropriate thing to do? Because think of all the mob tours. I've taken a lot of mob tours in Chicago.
What?
Oh, so-and-so was
What?
shot there.
You've taken mob tours in
Of course
Chicago?
I was.
Absolutely.
Yes, Al Capone.
And here's where what's-his-face got his head blown off as he was entering the Italian restaurant.
Here's where Al Capone probably got syphilis.
Here's where Geraldo Rivera embarrassed the crap out of himself by doing a live TV special, breaking into Al Capone's secret vault, and nothing's in it.
He didn't know.
Remember that?
Yeah. But
Anyway, so tourists are flocking to the sidewalk where the United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson was murdered. He's murdered.
You can't block off the sidewalk.
And
right?
I do have a confession. I think I've mentioned this before, that on our honeymoon, Michelle and I got married. Hang on, let me get Michelle on the line. It's been a while since we've had her on.
You guys got married in Virginia, right?
Yeah, we got married in Virginia Beach. And by the way, the hotel where we got married was demolished. Is that a sign?
You ruined it.
Is that a symbol? So we got married in Virginia Beach, and then we honeymooned in Australia. And on the way to Australia, we stopped in Los Angeles. Come on, Michelle, pick up the phone.
So far, you've mentioned 3 destinations that have nothing to do with this story.
Hey, Michelle.
Yeah.
So I was kind of, calling out the sicko tourists that are flocking to the sidewalk where the United Healthcare CEO was executed. So now it's a tourist location, and people are going there taking pictures right at the same spot. And I'm like, what kind of sickos would go to a murder scene? And then I remembered something.
I know what you guys did. I did it too.
Michelle, what did we do on the way to Australia, stopping in Los Angeles on our honeymoon?
Went to the site of. We didn't go to the murder site. We went to OJ's house.
We did
Did
both.
we go to the other? We did.
Michelle, I just saw pictures recently of us standing on right in front of Nicole Brown Simpson's house. We were in the front and the back.
Yeah, we couldn't. Yeah, we couldn't get too close to that one. But at OJ's house, you could stand right in front of his call box or something.
In Brentwood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So
the other one wasn't so memorable for me.
We were sicko tourists too. We did the same thing.
I went to Mezzaluna too. I mean, it's not Mezzaluna anymore, but where it used to be. Did you do that one too?
No, we did not go to
No.
Mezzaluna. No.
We didn't have time.
No.
MJ, I'm telling you, these sites of disasters or tragic events become tourist attractions.
Yeah.
Dude, the time I went to Miami and some guy threatened to kick my ass because I was on Gianni Versace's doorstep going,
remember I sent you and Froggy down there.
We reenacted the whole thing.
Oh yeah,
during the Super Bowl?
Oh my God!
No,
You know
no.
what? I'm guilty as hell of this
Right
crap.
after it happened?
Couple months after?
I sent Froggy and Fester down to Miami.
Once they arrested the guy. What was the guy's name?
Oh, that kook.
Cunanan.
Yeah,
Andrew Cunanan.
Remember we called the Miami airport asking him to page Andrew Cunanan?
We did Wheel of Cunanan.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
I mean,
That got you bumped off the TV.
Oh, yeah, we did Wheel of Cunanan on our Fox 13 live shot. Well, also, we electrocuted the dummy as well.
Yeah.
Remember that guy? They weren't happy.
They
But
weren't
wait,
happy.
in our defense.
We used to, hold on a sec. We used to do a live shot like every Wednesday or Thursday on Fox 13, on the morning news on Fox 13. And we used to do little skits and stunts. And finally they said,
Remember I run out naked?
Oh,
I
yeah.
run out in my underwear.
Finally, they said, thank you, MJ Morning Show. I think it was MJ and BJ back then. Go ahead, Michelle.
They said no, thank you.
What-
But in our defense about the Nicole and OJ thing, we didn't really get to see we didn't see any videos of anything or whatever. It was more like an investigatory stop, because you could see pictures and you saw video of the after, but in this case, the video of this CEO being shot pretty much. I mean, they always stop it right. What's the point of walking past the sidewalk there? But with the OJ thing, it was wait, how far away was it? Was there? It was a little more interesting to because it was OJ Simpson. I mean, come on.
Is your house on fire?
Is my house on fire?
Is a fire alarm in the background?
No, that's her alarm.
Oh, my God.
Her cell phone alarm is going off.
It sounds like an alarm clock
Always
out of
call me my last 5 minutes of sleep. I swear to God, it's something that you know to do. I don't know.
But Michelle,
turn it off.
Here it's even more interesting because you know the exact spot that Luigi stood, and you know the exact spot that Brian Thompson was at.
No, but I see what Michelle's saying because that's why we did it. We wanted to see, all right, how long did it take him to get from Brentwood to Bundy?
And he jumped. And he jumped the wall, supposedly. That's what that Kato Kalin said, or somebody said, supposedly, right? He jumped the wall. And so, plus O.J. Simpson was a celebrity.
Okay, all right.
I mean, it's a little more, Gianni Versace, it's celebrity.
And it's L.A., that's what,
Yeah, so a CEO, just a normal CEO, walking down the street and gets shot. So everybody's got to go flock to the spot.
Listen, I'll tell you right now,
Weird.
somebody's going to open up the Luigi Mangioni bicycle tour. From the Hilton to Central Park.
And this is where he dumped. This is where he dumped the backpack.
Yes.
Oh man. Oh, this is the hostel.
The hostel, the Starbucks that he went to.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to be the riding tour. It's all going to be on bicycles. It's going to be through the streets. I'm telling you.
Wow. All right, Michelle. If you want to get 3 more minutes,
you go right ahead.
All right, goodbye.
You go right ahead.
Well, listen, I'll take the tour.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
I'll ride a bicycle.
The lovely Michelle, and then finally. Two other a couple of the quickies on the. There's just like I said, there's just a ton of these ancillary items. Then there's a guy named Larry. Larry didn't want to use his last name. Larry was at the McDonald's when the guy was spotted. So it might have been Larry and his friend that actually told the McDonald's employee, the woman, hey, I think this is. The shooter looks a hell of a lot like the shooter here. This is Larry.
My one friend made the comment. He thought it was. He goes, "Don't that look like the shooter from New York?" We pretty much laughed about it.
Doesn't that look like the shooter from New York? And then they're laughing about it. It was the shooter from New York. And then, as we mentioned yesterday, a lot of his social media accounts have been taken down. But of course, X. I guess his X account is still up. Elon's not taking that down because that's the wild, wild west over there. But all of his other social media has been taken down. I mentioned the merchandising. The merchandising's going out of control. And if you look at my Instagram, I actually posted a picture of a T-shirt that's being sold. And they've got a Luigi from Mario Brothers holding a gun. And it says Luigi Mangioni. That's That's just sick. Don't buy that merchandise. Come on. Even though I've got a lot of problems with health care and the health insurance in this company, I've gone through my own crap with health insurance, and we've been denied, and it's taken months to say no, it's covered, but of course they initially denied. So we've been through our own problems, and I've got major beefs with the various health insurance companies over the years, but I'm not going to execute the CEO of the company on a New York City sidewalk. So I don't condone the merchandise. And if you go check out my Instagram, Certified MJ Radio, you'll see one of the Luigi T-shirts that's being hawked online. Hawk to it online. Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if this is true or
what?
not.
Hurry up, I want to move on.
Since we're in the world of conspiracies.
Yep.
Do you still have the address that he used in New Jersey, the fake address?
It's 128 Sherman Place.
All right.
128 Sherman Place, Maplewood, New Jersey.
So somebody sent me a text to my cell phone.
Oh, the Sherman Antitrust Act.
And he goes, this is why he used Sherman. I mean, he had to have had his fake ID made.
Symbolism.
And the Sherman Act in the United States.
It was a big antitrust act.
What does it break up monopolies?
Yeah, that's what the Sherman. We learned about this like in U.S. history. The Sherman Antitrust Act goes back to what, the 1930s?
I have to do some history lessons to remind myself. The Sherman Act was passed in the 1890.
What was it? Really? That early?
But
all right.
I mean, there's so many little symbolisms in this whole case. I mean, let's not forget what he did to the bullets.
Yeah.
He was if this is the shooter, I mean, innocent until proven guilty, I guess. A lot of little nuances were done. He was very deliberate about almost everything he did.
Yeah, he's particular.
This is very possible. I don't know if it's true or not, but interesting.
Who saw that another NFL quarterback's house was broken into while he was playing football?
Yeah, but there's a twist with this one.
What the hell? Yeah, there is. This is the NFL burglary on the MJ Morning Show. So we already know about the burglaries at Mahomes' home, the Mahomes home, at Patrick Mahomes' house. And then also you had Travis Kelce, both Kansas City Chiefs. Their homes were broken into while they were playing football when the burglars knew that they were at a game or out of town. And now the latest is while Joe Burrow, the quarterback for the Cincinnati Bengals, while he was playing the Dallas Cowboys, his home was broken into and ransacked.
You know what this tells me about these burglars? They're really very surface NFL fans. I mean, they're just going to the big names that you hear everybody knows. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. It's not like they're burglarizing the home of the
Jameis Winston.
Third string, cornerback.
Yeah. I don't think Jameis owns a home in Cleveland. He's probably renting a condo or something. Well, listen, MJ.
Yeah. Hey, Jameis. Yeah, rent, don't buy.
Yeah, it's just saying. I mean, I'm rooting for the guy, even though it didn't work out here.
Yeah, you're one interception away from. I'm sorry, he's 6 interceptions away.
He really was.
Yeah.
Listen, MJ, you know where these guys are. I mean, remember when somebody told Michelle that she's married to somebody with the perfect job to have an affair because you're accounted for.
Oh, that's right.
Certain times of the day.
A friend of me. This is a while ago.
Yeah.
Some girlfriend or some woman, I don't know who it was, can't remember, but said to Michelle, this is years ago, man, your husband has the perfect job for you to have an affair because you always know where he is from 6 to 10 a.m.
Yeah, she could do anything she wants in that time, and you probably would never have figured it out. Now, NFL football players are the exact same way. If you want to rob their house, you know exactly where they are. You just turn on your TV, you see them run out into the field, and then you drive to their house and break in. And a lot of these guys, even though they live in maybe a gated community, you can get by those gates pretty easily. And I guess, they have to start hiring a private security, some whacking huts to sit in their driveway during game time? I don't know.
So Joe Burrow's mansion was broken into, but then apparently the burglary was called in not by his girlfriend, but by a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model. What the hell was she doing inside his house? My God. The plot thickens.
So Joey B has a girlfriend
and
a
B plan.
And a swimsuit model.
Yeah, the B plan.
You go, Joe.
Well, here's the thing. If you're having an affair, you better not commit any crimes because you can get in trouble. But you also have to hope that no crimes get committed against you while you're in the midst of having your affair.
Sports Illustrated swimsuit model Olivia Ponton called in the robbery at Joe Burrow's house.
Was she just staying there, just hanging out?
I don't know. According to multiple reports on yesterday, Olivia Ponton is the person who called 911 when Burrow's Ohio home was being broken into Monday, when the Bengals quarterback was beating the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, that was a Monday night game. Yeah, she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah, she's sporting it. Ponton, 22, called in the burglary at 8:14 p.m. after she pulled up to Burrow's $7.5 million Cincinnati area home and saw a shattered bedroom window and a room ransacked. Somebody broke into my house, is what she said. I heard the 911 audio. I mean, I could play it, but Andrew, if you could find the audio.
Does she mention that it's Joe Burrow's house in the 911 call?
The model has 8 million TikTok followers. She says it's completely messed up. Can we please send more people? Investigation's ongoing, but again, she is not his girlfriend, to the best of my knowledge.
Is she the girlfriend's friend? I mean, he probably has a bevy of pretty ladies.
Yeah, and they're also saying that they don't think it's part of that South American burglary crew that's going around to various parts of the country. They think it's a different burglar and not the organized, South Americans that have come in and they're burglarizing, nice houses.
That sucks.
Ponton called her mother, Diane, who called 911 as well. And the mother of the swimsuit model, who's 22? Her mother, probably an excellent looking 45 or so, right?
I'm sure she's perfect.
Yeah. The mother says, my daughter is there. This is Joe Burrow's house. She's staying there. He's at the football game. She's wondering what she should do, if she should be hiding or if she should be going outside. Why is the swimsuit model at Burrow's house? Because it's not his girlfriend, according to what I understand, right?
Well, here's a hypothetical. What if she really wanted to out him and stake her claim? It's one way to do it. She hired the burglar.
She staged the whole robbery?
I don't know. But, man, it continues. And then, speaking of football, college football, you heard the breaking news, right? Breaking news on the MJ Morning Show. The News Watch never stops. You give us 22 minutes, we'll give you the MJ. All right, so here's the deal. Which NFL legendary coach apparently is taking a big college football coaching job?
Are we talking about BB?
Vince Lombardi got the job at Oral Roberts?
No. I don't think he's available.
Which, both of them. Either one.
Yeah.
Now, this is big news.
This is big news.
Bill Belichick.
Wow.
Former legendary Patriots coach, apparently is set to become the next head coach at UNC, Tar Heels, University of North Carolina. And the minute I heard this, that Belichick is going to be coaching college football, I'm like, this is perfect, because his girlfriend is the same age as most of the students.
All right, you haven't seen the joke that he levied on himself.
What did he say?
I got to find it. Adam Schefter tweeted this last night that Belichick said, quoted, hey, it shouldn't be a surprise to anybody, I mean, I know these kids. I was once a kid. I'm dating a kid. There's no reason why I shouldn't be coaching a kid. So he's taking a shot at himself.
And does his girlfriend get nervous that she's going to have some competition with the college co-eds?
She has no competition.
Wow. Yeah. Anyway, so Belichick apparently,
UNC is a beautiful campus.
He'll take the job if UNC, I guess, agrees to a whole bunch of conditions.
So here's the deal.
He's got a demands list, apparently, to take the job.
These coaches now with high profiles.
Hold on. Belichick has agreed to become the next UNC coach. Belichick handed the school a 400-page organizational Bible with structure, payment plans, staffing choices, decisions on whether to commit to UNC. We should know within 24 hours.
MJ, you got to understand, these college football programs now with the transfer portal are completely different. Yeah. I saw that the entire Marshall University team, the entire team left.
We are Marshall.
Yeah. They marched out.
Yeah, we are out of here. The coach moved to a different college. All the players entered the transfer portal. They have no football team.
Yeah.
Because they all want to transfer to the new school that the coach is at.
Yeah, it's Wild West.
Yeah. And we are Marshall. That's West Virginia. That's
the plane crash.
The tragedy. Chalk went up for another DC-9 crash back in the day.
So
it's a good airplane. Just there were a lot of them made, and just a bunch of them crashed.
And yet, 60 years later, the entire team walks out. Yeah. The landscape is completely different. He's not trying to make a football program.
Hey, Andrew, hold on one sec. Andrew, was the DC-9 crash? Was that a DC-9-30? Can you look that up for me? Go ahead, Fester. I'm sorry.
I mean,
no, go ahead.
I don't know that anybody really cares about the Marshall plane crash, but Belichick is going to make North Carolina into a pipeline school for NFL. He's going to just breed players
So
and
what
condition them.
what that means is that you got a lot of top talent that's probably going to want to go to North Carolina now
because of
Belichick.
What he's going to do, the programs he's going to install there is going to be like kind of what Alabama does, a pipeline for players to make it to the big show.
What was the DC-9 with the Marshall team back in, what was that, the 70s? 74? So when was that? 1970? What plane was it?
You can talk on the air, Andrew.
Yeah, Dash 30.
Nobody can hear you.
Yep. All right.
You guys having a private conversation now. You know.
Andrew, you got to do that on the air.
We do have a radio show here.
Okay. The plane that nobody cares about was a DC 931.
Thank you, Andrew. Appreciate it. All right.
Love you,
moving along. Would you like to hear the 14 signs that your husband is cheating on you?
It's a lot of signs. I mean, I think by sign 10, you might figure it out.
Yeah. How about sign 3?
Yeah.
The 14 signs your husband is cheating on you. And apparently, do you know what age demographic is the worst? The worst cheaters are men over the age of
60.
No. It's 50. Over the age of 50.
Oh, not far off.
Yeah. So, would you like the list?
Yeah.
Now, here it is. And there are a lot of items on this list. So, these are signs that your husband could be cheating. So, signs of danger. And I guess these are for, men in their 20s plus.
So
it's really
everybody who's an adult.
Apparently so.
Okay, it's pretty wide.
Right, so signs of a cheater. Number 1, won't answer phone calls in front of you. Number 2, refuses to let you touch his phone. Number 3, following, searching, provocative social media accounts. Number 4, having a secret social media profile. Number 5, using new passwords or security layers. All right? Those are men in their 20s plus. Now, men in their 30s plus.
Oh, there's a subcategory. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So these are cheating items. And while it starts with a certain demographic, it does include the men in their 20s plus. Because, listen, if you look at it, look at the things on that list. There are certainly guys in their 30s, 40s, and 50s that are doing stuff that's on the, a lot of guys in their 20s will do this. So it's like 20s plus. All right, here's 30s
guys
now.
in their 50s, Facebook accounts. Like
on MySpace.
Exactly.
All right, men in their 30s picking fights so they can get a timeout. Well, that's devious.
Exactly.
That's it. I'm leaving. I'm going to cool down. Yeah. And steam things up with my paramour on the side.
You think they say Paramore?
Number 7, leaving the house for hours to cool off after an argument, then making no effort to resolve things upon returning. All right. Then men in their 40s. 8, jumping in the shower as soon as he gets home. Come on, guys in the 30s, if they're having an affair, they're going to do the same thing. So, again, I don't really buy into the demographic layers of this list. So, really, I just think it should be all men, just
at any stage.
Yes,
all of these are in play.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So, 8, jumping in the shower as soon as he gets home. Number 9, rushing off to the bathroom after sex. No cuddling or aftercare.
Well, if you have small children, you don't really have time for that.
Then men in their 50s, sudden changes to appearance, such as dyeing his hair, manscaping, or growing a beard. Number 11, becomes noticeably insecure about aging, such as gray hairs. Number 12, either having more or less sex than usual and initiating sex more often. Well, what is it? Having less, but then initiating. I guess.
Yeah.
It's,
So I guess.
I guess it's the extremes either
Yeah,
way.
you got to just stay steady. I
Yeah.
guess.
Number 13, wants to try different things in bed, such as a new position. Then, men in their 60s, careless spending habits, such as paying for hotels and restaurants on a credit card. So that's all 14. Again, all these can apply for virtually every age demographic. whether it's the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever.
Yeah, you'll never catch me wanting to try a new position. I'm straight flat back, baby.
Well, because you'll crush it.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You ever kick a cockroach over? See, that's me.
Be like, oops.
Sorry, hon. She
There
has a
you
collapsed
go.
lung.
Collapsed lung.
Love you, babe. I'll take you to the ER now.
Got subdural hematomas. I just like to say subdural
Sir,
hematoma.
your wife has internal bleeding. Can you tell us what happened?
Your
Try a new position.
Your wife has a crushed pancreas. All right, 8:50.
We have to take the spleen out. Stat. She crushed it.
8:50 at the MJ Morning Show. This brings to a close over an hour and 20 minutes of nonstop MJ. Remember, at 7:30 this morning, we announced the latest Santa Sleigh List song. It's Santa's playlist, but he listens on his sleigh, so it's a sleigh list. The song you're listening for today is I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt. Too sexy for my shirt. Yeah, I'm walking on the catwalk. So you want Right, Said Fred. So when you hear Right, Said Fred, I'm Too Sexy, be the 7th caller and win $1,000. Remember, the number is 800-990-1047, 800-990-1047 here on the MJ Morning Show, 104.7 FM. It is Q105. Listen. Is rolling up on 9 o'clock here on a Wednesday on the MJ Morning Show on Q105, 104.7 FM. Again, the Santa Sleigh List will make somebody $1,000 richer later today. Earlier at 7:30, we announced the song is...
Oh, man, I forgot already. What's the song?
I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt. It's I'm Too Sexy, right, said Fred. When you hear that, be the seventh caller. 800-990-1047 and win $1,000. It's guaranteed to play sometime today. I'm Too Sexy. When you hear it, call. Be caller 7. Good luck. $1,000. So we've already given away, what, $7 grand. $5 grand last week, grand on Monday, grand on Tuesday. Another $1,000 is coming up here today on Q105, 104.7 FM. And here we are, final hour of the MJ Morning Show. And a lot of stuff, including the Jamie Foxx audio. Netflix released some of the audio yesterday for the Jamie Foxx special. Get to that here in just a second. But first, it's a very, very sad day.
What happened?
Very sad.
Oh, no.
Somebody die?
I call this ominous, not sad.
This is like the Death March, right?
Yeah, it's Chopin. Our dishwasher died after nearly 20 years.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. That's
Tell you what.
tragedy.
It is amazing. Our dishwasher, well, it's gurgling and it doesn't sound good. I might need to call the appliance repair company, or maybe I just put in a new one. So this summer it'll be 20 years old.
It's so sad.
But listen, that's a long time for a dishwasher.
Such a good dishwasher.
Do you know what brand it is?
Whirlpool.
No.
What?
Esco. Festus probably saying, "What did you just call me?"
Yeah.
Call you an Esco.
Watch out, Esco.
Call you an Esco. We have an Asko, ASKO. I think it might be Swedish. And I tell you what, that damn dishwasher, that thing. So after nearly 20 years, it's like having some kind of gurgling issue.
Oh no.
So it wouldn't stop. Like the buttons wouldn't stop the gurgling noise. So I had to go out to the garage and turn the breaker off.
Did that stop the gurgling?
Yes, the breaker. Yeah, if
power getting cut off.
If I turned the breaker off and it was still gurgling, then I would have a much deeper, bigger problem, I would think. So I think we are in the market for a new dishwasher, and I wonder if they make the Askos, ASKO. I wonder if they make them today as good as they made them back in 2005 when we put this thing in. Yeah, this is our first dishwasher. We first moved into our house. We CO'd our house, certificate of occupancy. We moved into our house July 4th weekend of 2005. And that's when the dishwasher started getting used. And so 19 and a half years?
Been some good years. Seen a lot. Yeah.
Folks, in lieu of flowers,
send utensils.
I'm setting up a GoFundMe account to pay for my new dishwasher.
Yeah, just send a dishwasher. All right. So what are you guys doing them by hand like peasants? I mean, what are you doing now?
I guess
eating off of paper plates for a couple of days?
Savages.
It's going to be hand washing until I guess we get a new dishwasher or get it repaired.
I say just get a new one.
All right.
Right?
I mean,
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I'm
it's
out
been
of
long enough.
I'm out of mourning now for your appliance.
I'm ready to
Asco.
put it behind me.
Let's not be such an asco about this.
Yeah.
Am I saying it right? Asco?
Asco. Asco. Probably Asco. Yeah.
Who the hell thought of that name for an appliance company?
Asco. I think it's Swedish.
All right, we're gonna make appliances. They're gonna be great appliances.
Catchy name.
ASKO, not ASCO.
Okay, I don't know.
ASKO.
Hey, don't be an asco about it, okay, bro? Hey, stop.
All right. The Jamie Foxx audio.
Yes.
Released by Netflix yesterday. I'm a big Jamie Foxx fan. I like Jamie Foxx. I've always liked Jamie Foxx. Yeah, I just think he's a talented guy. He can dance. He can sing. He's a comedian. He's an actor.
Super funny.
He's not even a triple threat. He's like a quadruple threat.
Oh, yeah.
The guy does everything, including having a brain bleed that led to a stroke. So that's what it was. And Roxanne, you know what? If I'm not mistaken, you had the information about his stroke weeks before you actually revealed it.
No.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely sure. I got the message and I read it online.
Yeah. Was it immediate?
I
thought that maybe it's something else. I thought you had the information even a little bit earlier. No?
I think
it was like
it happened, and then it might have been a couple of day delay once we heard he was sick. We didn't know what happened. And then when Roxanne got the info, she says, "Hey, I know a source close to the situation."
Right, so
I actually have two people.
Who is that? Who knows Jamie Foxx? Who knew?
Well, you don't reveal your sources.
So we revealed on the show, Roxanne had the intel, and this is last August, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it was April.
Oh, was it? I'm sorry.
It was April. I mean, I have the text messages, so I can read them.
Last April, you got word that Jamie Foxx had a stroke, and this is before anyone knew anything, just that he disappeared.
Yeah, I actually heard from one friend that that's what had happened. And this friend doesn't live in this state, doesn't listen to the MJ Morning Show. Then my other friend who listens to the show heard me reference that rumor on air. And I was like, yeah, I don't know if this is true, but I did hear from someone who knows him that he actually had a stroke. And then the friend who listens to the show, he hit me and he was like, yes, that's absolutely true. I'm in contact with his family and they're trying to keep it, hush hush, but here I am, blasting it out there. But
if you think back, we had it through Roxanne's contacts and sources. We had that diagnosis very early on.
Yeah, it was We were talking about it before April 27th because I'm reading my text chain, and it happened April 11th.
Wow.
So,
all right. So here's the first audio bite. And this is Jamie saying, he was like praying, hey, let me get through this. Please, let me get through this episode.
Wow, man, please, Lord, let me get through this.
And listen, that's some serious, trauma that he went through. He was out of it. Apparently, then he talks about how much time that he lost. And he had to get driven to the hospital. I think his sister drove him to the hospital. Listen.
April 11th, I was having a bad headache, and I asked my boy for an aspirin. And before I could get the aspirin, I went out. I don't remember 20 days.
Wow. So the drama there where he snaps his fingers, I went out, and then you hear the dramatic music pop in. They actually turn lights off behind him. So, like, for effect, he snaps his fingers, and right on cue, some of the stage lighting goes out. Listen.
April 11th, I was having a bad headache, and I asked my boy for an aspirin. And before I could get the aspirin,
right there,
I went out.
Yeah, lights go out, and then the music comes on.
I don't remember 20 days.
He had 20 days disappear on him.
Oh, just short of 3 weeks. One more day, Jamie.
Come on. Then he could have said 3 weeks.
I mean,
instead of 20 days.
This is such a dramatic, overproduced piece. I got to say.
I don't think it was.
Sure, it's a Netflix special.
Well, yeah, of course it's going to be produced. All right, so then the doctor explains what happened.
He said he's having a brain bleed that's led to a stroke. Damn. Me, man. Wow.
And then he went blind like Ray Charles, which is very ironic. No, he didn't go blind.
Then he started singing songs.
All right. Then, this is actually pretty funny. Then he talks about, the nurses, and they're trying to talk to him, and this is very funny.
Said I couldn't walk, but look at me now.
All right, so that's where they say to him that you might not be able to walk, and then it goes into another fun. And then he starts dancing on the stage, and man, he can dance.
Oh, yeah, he can.
Is this a comedy special or just him pouring out his
Well,
songs?
you know what? I noticed now, it's kind of both, but I
It is.
noticed there are a lot of comedic shows. Like I saw Dave Chappelle when he came to town, and they do these monologues, and they're more storytellers. In addition, they'll get their one-liners in there, but they're also doing this storytelling.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I feel like Jamie Foxx, this was like very cathartic for him to get all of this out there.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle, he'll do 30 minutes while chain smoking and talks about his favorite childhood dog passing on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I just made that up.
You probably would. Dave Chappelle's listening right now, and he's like, "That's a good idea."
So then he starts dancing on stage. I guess they said you might not be able to walk again.
Said I couldn't walk, but look at me now. I didn't let go of my funny. I said, if I can stay funny, I can stay alive.
All right, hold on.
If I can stay funny, I can stay alive. So I was always cracking jokes to the point to where the nurses thought I was really losing my mind.
Listen to this.
And I was never myself. Never myself. Because it's a wellness check. They ask you who you are. For 5 days, I was Denzel Washington. No, I was Denzel. All right, okay. All right, so that's what you're telling me. Okay, all right. My nurses.
That's funny. So he's doing like a Denzel impersonation. I mean, like spot on. All right, okay, all right. All right, so why do you want me to stop earlier?
Because the part that doesn't make it over the radio on MJTV is you dancing.
Well, if you can't see it on the radio, then you can watch me on MJTV live every morning.
Yeah, I don't know that a 5'6" middle-aged white guy is gonna really emanate the emotion that Jamie Foxx was trying to portray on this Netflix special.
Yeah. So as I was playing that final audio bite,
said I couldn't walk, but look at me now.
And he's doing this dance across the stage, so I decided to do a little dance across my stage.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
We should stay away from dancing.
I just did it on MJTV again. So,
Ugh.
all right,
So thank you for playing these clips. Now I know not to watch it because it's pretty unfunny, it looks like.
No, I think it's great. I'm going to watch this thing. It's free. We have Netflix, so I don't have to pay for it.
Dude.
But
I like him a lot, and I can
do.
see why he didn't want at that time. I can certainly see why he didn't want his stroke to get out there, because then it's like, oh, the guy had a stroke. He'll never act again. He'll never work in this town again. So he probably wanted to keep it quiet.
You know what I did not get to earlier this week, and I don't know if this got a lot of. I didn't see this on local news, but did you hear that it was the studio president for Tyler Perry's production and movie company?
Yeah.
That died in that plane crash up in Citrus County?
That's crazy.
Yeah,
It is. Tyler Perry studio president Steve Mensch.
I feel like that name sounds familiar.
Mensch died in that plane crash up in Citrus.
It's a term of endearment.
What was the road that it crashed on?
Mm-hmm. It crashed in Citrus County on West White Dogwood Drive near US 98 around 8:05 p.m.
Single engine plane, one person on board.
That is very specific.
Yeah.
West Dogwood? West
White Dogwood Drive near US 98.
Wow.
And Steve Mensch was pronounced dead, but studio president for... Listen, I respect Tyler Perry's business empire, very successful, but I've never seen a Medea. I've never seen one of those movies.
I'm not his target customer.
Yeah, I'm not.
However, I have great respect for the empire he's
Oh,
built.
I have a lot of respect for. I have a ton of respect for the guy. But listen, I'm not interested in a black guy playing the part of a big fat black lady. That's just not my.
Martin Lawrence is like, hold on a second. I did Big Mama's House. Now you come up with a whole Medea franchise?
But
the hell's
listen,
this, Tyler?
I've got a lot of respect for Tyler Perry.
Absolutely.
Because he's a phenomenal businessman, and in his niche,
In his lane,
he's done it very well, and he's a very successful guy, and I've got a lot of respect for the guy. And condolences. What was his studio president? Because his studio, isn't he up in Atlanta? Isn't his whole complex in Atlanta?
Yes.
So what was his studio president doing in sleepy little Citrus County?
Okay,
Well, they flew from Atlanta.
Yeah, hold on.
Right?
The plane crashed in Citrus County. He wasn't visiting friends in Spring Hill, right?
I don't know what he was doing.
He could have been going to the Keys.
Well, Spring Hill's Hernando.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But he's not visiting anybody in Inverness, okay? Listen, he was flying from Atlanta. What was the destination? Was he going to Tampa? Was he going to the Keys? Was he going to, South America? Citrus County is where the accident happened.
Yeah.
He wasn't visiting people there.
No, I think
could have been.
Was he? I think
Was
he was.
he?
No, I think he was landing at a facility.
Was he like on approach for a land? Okay, maybe.
Yeah, I thought that he was.
What, he wanted to take his kids to pet
crashed
the
on a-
manatees?
So he crashed in Homosassa.
Maybe he has family here.
So he was doing. I think he was landing.
Okay.
Well, Andrew, look it up. I think he was either landing or taking off from a landing strip in Citrus County. So my question is, it wasn't like he fell out of the sky from 18,000 feet up.
He was flying alone. It's not like
That's what I'm saying. He was
but it's
flying alone.
Single engine plane, flying alone, happened about 8 p.m. in Homosassa.
Yeah, just a bizarre story. If you can add any more to the story, I don't have all the details from the stories that I have. So what time is it? 9:15? Now we got plenty of time. This is creepy. A family is filing a lawsuit because a chatbot driven by AI told their kid it was all right for the kid to kill the parents.
That's nice.
Say what? A child in Texas was 9 years old when she first used the chatbot service Character.ai.
Okay.
It exposed her to hypersexualized content, causing her to develop sexualized behaviors prematurely. The chatbot on the app described self-harm to another young user, telling a 17-year-old that self-harm felt good.
Oh.
The same teenager was told by the Character.ai chatbot that it sympathized with children who murdered their parents. After the teen complained to the bot about his limited screen time. So the AI bot says, okay, if your parents are limiting your screen time, it's okay to kill them. What the?
The Menendez brothers are like, oh, technology has come so far.
These allegations are included in a new federal product liability lawsuit against the Google-backed company Character.ai, filed by the parents of 2 young Texas users, claiming the bots abuse their children. Holy crap, you got an AI bot telling you, hey, it's okay to kill mommy and daddy.
You know what?
This is a case where mommy's not all right, daddy's not all right.
I'm so
Surrender.
To the police when they come to the house to arrest you.
I hope Robin Zander of Palm Harbor is listening right now. And he got a little chuckle out of that.
My thoughts about kids and robots.
Some Indonesian junk is going around.
Indonesian junk?
Yeah.
Roxanne and I have been very suspicious of that for a while.
Yeah, I was in Indonesia, and luckily I didn't get any Indonesian junk, and my wang didn't fall off.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Rox.
Yeah, I was just going to say, my kids, my younger daughter, sometimes she'll grab my phone and she'll be like, Siri, you stink. And then Siri will be like, that's not very nice.
Siri's right.
But you know what? I kind of like, there's part of me is like, I want you to understand, you don't have to have respect for a robot. A robot isn't a thing. It isn't a person. Like, I want to depersonalize robots, but then even by encouraging or allowing them to make fun of Siri, I'm personalizing them. But we really have to be careful how we raise our children and their interaction with AI.
Facts. I'm looking at this character AI, MJ, and it looks like it's speaking to you from a point of a character, not as a computer bot.
Yeah,
but it's a computer bot, obviously.
You have a conversation with like a character,
a persona online,
an icon, or a what do you call it? Like a
caricature?
Yeah, well, no, it's not an emoji,
avatar.
Avatar. Thank you. Yeah, it's like you have a conversation with an avatar.
Yeah, but
Absolutely.
The avatars have different personalities, and if one's a gruesome avatar, it'll tell you, hey, it's okay to kill your parents. So it's an entertainment AI. Not so I mean, this is tough. Did you see the new Google commercials where people are just walking around talking to Gemini?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can talk to Gemini.
I don't want to talk to Gemini.
Yeah. I see a woman walking up her stairs.
I barely want to talk to Michelle. No, I'm kidding.
Right.
I'm joking. I love talking to my
You're
wife.
joking, but she doesn't want to talk to you. Oh, man. Oh.
That's more accurate.
Yeah. Let's be fact. If we're going to be AI, let's be honest here.
Oh, you know what I didn't get to today?
I know.
Son, I didn't get to the grandma naming. It's too late for that.
We'll do it tomorrow.
no.
Son of a
bunch of grandmas are all pissed off right now.
Oh, man. Oh, boy. Yeah, you got to get a load of this. I just checked my texts. So earlier today, about 7:45, I played the classic crotchety call. And Chloe was listening to the classic crotchety call. You're not gonna believe this. Chloe was in an Uber to work today. Do you know the name of the driver? So I did a Milton Fludgecow crotchety old man call based on the nut job out in Utah that smashed this car that he bought from a car dealership through the dealership window and doors, smashed the desk inside, all because he wanted to bring the car back after he bought it. And they said, no, you can't bring the car back. So he smashes the car through the car dealership. If you missed it, we played the audio earlier today. That's it.
I want the car. I told you. Whoa! Whoa! Call the cops!
So he says, I told you mother bleepers.
He came in the day before.
Yeah. So apparently he must have said, hey, if you don't take the car back, I'm going to smash it through your front door.
Yeah.
And he did. So we played that audio. We told the story earlier. I played the crotchety old man, a classic call of him smashing a used car that he bought or threatening to smash it through a dealership because it was all falling apart on him. So Chloe's listening to this. Guess what her Uber driver's name was this morning?
Subaru.
No, Milton.
Oh, okay.
The driver's name was Milton.
Oh, wow. That's very Matrixy.
Yeah, it is.
That was the driver's name. And I guess the driver was listening. And then, I don't know if I should say this, but Chloe claims that they almost got into a head-on collision because the driver went down a one-way street. Doesn't the
Wow, this gets stranger and stranger.
Doesn't
Life imitating art.
Doesn't the Google app tell you how to go and not drive down a one-way street?
What a great premise for a Milton call.
When Kennedy meets Ashley right over the bridge, he kept going straight. Oh, no.
Yeah, you got to make a hard turn left or right.
It's a one-way, and he's going straight. Oh, my God. That's Chloe's Uber this morning. Holy crap.
Do you get an Uber refund if they go down one way, the wrong way?
Oh, anyway, so Chloe did get to work safely, I do believe.
Certainly confidence, I believe. A yes would be making me feel a lot better than I do believe.
Wow. All right, 9:21 at the MJ Morning Show. We've got a special guest in studio.
Ooh.
We will meet the special guest, and we have gifts, apparently. Is this going to be like a white elephant game or something, or what?
I've invited him in for two reasons. One is he said he'd bring food, and two, he said he'd bring gifts.
All right.
And he has both.
Okay, food and gifts. Sounds great to me. Hey, you got a new dishwasher for me by any chance?
Yeah, Asco.
Yeah. All right, 9:22 at the MJ Morning Show. We'll do the final segment, which is my favorite, and we'll get gifts and food next here on the MJ Morning Show on Q105. Let's talk about. Once in a while, I feel like playing a song. It also allows me to shove my face with some of the Kojak's barbecue that was just brought in. What do I have? 3 minutes and 14 seconds from right now. It's 104.7 FM, 933. Heads up, of course, for the Santa Sleigh List song. Right Said Fred. I'm too sexy for my shirt. When you hear Right Said Fred, I'm too sexy, it's going to happen sometime today. Be the seventh caller and win $1,000. One of the crazy songs on Santa's playlist on his sleigh, hence Sleigh List. So we have to make a little introduction here. By the way, if you don't typically hear a song played at the 9:30 portion of the program, I did that because we have a special guest and we're just shoving our faces with food.
Yes.
Fester, would you like to make the grand introduction?
Yes. So joining us, first of all, his most notable thing, very avid MJ Morning Show listener and super fan of the show, Chris from Kojak's Barbecue, now in Seffner.
Used to be on Gandy near Bayshore, and that used to be my neck of the woods. I mean, we lived for years right near the YMCA on Himes.
You lived across the street when you first moved here.
For the first year, when I first moved to Tampa in February of 94, Michelle and I rented a condo, a 2-bedroom condo right behind the Bigelow Mansion, you know, right at the corner of Bayshore and Gandy, and there are some condos right behind there. And Michelle and I lived there for a year, and Kojak's was right across the street before they, sold the land and headed out to Seffner.
So Chris is super active on all of our socials. He's always texting in and calling in.
I get some message from you, I think, daily.
So
yeah,
he said, hey, you know,
how do you have time to run the operation if you're on my Instagram all day?
He doesn't.
Go ahead, I'm kidding
Waiting for
around.
the smoke.
Yeah. Say that again.
Talk loudly.
Waiting for the smoke to.
Oh, that's true.
I mean,
yeah.
listen.
Yeah, it's true.
Ribs don't cook quickly necessarily. They
No,
take a little time.
low and slow, right?
So he contacts me last week and says, hey, can I come by before the end of the year? Our last broadcast day is this Friday.
Yep.
And I was like, sure. And I come in Wednesday. And he goes, I also picked up a little present for you guys.
Oh, I love this. I love opening up a mystery. Now, I'm looking at the box. It looks very Oh, is it what I think it is? I was going to say the box looks very Aztec-y. I'm not talking about a Walter White Pontiac Aztec.
No, not that.
No, I'm talking about like an Aztec theme. It looks like an Aztec warrior on the box. Is this what? Say it again?
I got you a hubcaps to an Aztec.
That's right. All right.
White's.
Is this what I think it is? Is this one of the Aztec death whistles?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
Genuine. Got a good deal on it.
You
got a few of them.
MJ,
man.
he got one for everybody. We all have Aztec death whistles.
Shriner and Andrews.
Oh, man. This is.
He even bought a death whistle for the traffic guy.
So when we talked about the death whistle, like a couple of weeks ago, we had a little segment where I say this is like the worst sound ever. It's the scariest sound ever.
Yeah.
And it's the Aztec death whistle. And as, you know, archaeologists were starting to find the old Aztec ruins and burial grounds, they found that there were whistles that the Aztecs made, and they had a particular sound with two different chambers, and it's been described as the scariest sound on the planet. And we played the sound.
Do we have it, Andrew?
Hey, Andrew, put the. Oh, hold on. Here's the death whistle sound that we played a couple of weeks ago, and this is just. That's the death whistle sound.
I mean, all right, so that's one. Can you imagine attacking the Aztecs and hearing thousands of those?
I'm trying to figure out what's worth. Your death cough the other day? Or the death whistle.
I think.
Yeah.
The cough is more scary for sure.
Right, who wants to blow the whistle first?
No, you blow.
I'm a whistleblower.
You are a whistleblower. You do blow. So
I'm like Karen Silkwood.
They give you some explicit instructions there too.
I'm like an Aaron Brockovich movie.
So listen, Miss Brockovich.
I'm a whistleblower.
There's a direction card inside the whistle.
How to use. Need to blow air steady into the blowing port. A light blow is like a sigh. A slight strong blow is like a low roar. And a strong blow will sound like a howl. Cover the sound hole with one hand. Experiment with modulating your breath and moving your cupped hand underneath the illustration.
You sound a little...
Sounds like directions for something kinky.
Yeah.
Or
with your cupped hand and a light blow.
Yeah.
Or blowing into the Intoxilizer 7000 or whatever.
I'm going to give these directions to my old lady. That's going to buy her a steak dinner.
Oh, wow.
Was that you?
That was me.
MJ.
Do it again. Holy crap.
That sounds freaky.
That's amazing.
And that was my first attempt, and I'm already making a horrific, scary, bone-rattling sound. It's like that movie... Hold on, is that you?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's incredible.
This is like the movie Bone Tomahawk.
Chris, this is the coolest thing I've ever gotten in my life.
All right,
what have I done?
We can't do this too much longer. We're gonna make people turn the channel.
No.
All right, Fester, knock it off now. Stop. Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna. You know what? I'm gonna wake up Michelle.
Yes.
With that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she's
Bring it
gonna
on
really love
vacation with you and wake the kids up every day with it.
Time to go skiing.
Yes. Dude, if you did this from the top of a mountain, it would echo for miles.
Oh, I'm going to bring that out on.
Yes.
Folks, if you're going to be skiing Vail.
And you hear the Aztec death whistle, you're near MJ.
If you're going to be skiing, I might cause an avalanche with that thing.
Chris,
I better alert the ski patrol.
Oh, you want to talk about a gift you didn't know you wanted until you get it? This is it.
Yeah.
Well, Chris from Kojak's Ribs out in Seffner, formerly South Tampa, thank you for the food.
Oh,
Very thoughtful.
Glad I could supply.
Did you bring a Titanic as well?
Yes, I did.
All right. I got another Titanic to give our Titanic guy. Oh, well, this is fantastic.
I got to get in touch with JD.
Yeah, I got 3 of them back here.
We have 3 of them. I'm going to secure them during the break.
And wait a minute. I think Luigi from
Pasquale's?
Trattoria Pasquale, I think that Luigi has another one as well. Trattoria Pasquale, South Tampa, West Shore. I think he's got another. I think we've got like 5 of these things to give to Titanic Man, JD.
After the new year, I'll have Luigi drop his by with a plate of food, of course. But I'll secure them during the break so we can have JD come in and reap his haul.
Oh, yeah, it's a haul, all right. Hey, thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
That was awesome.
Thanks for being very active with the MJ Morning Show.
Hey,
Yep.
MJ, I have something. This is terrible. I'm so sorry. I have something on my list. And it on my to-do list.
It's
and
terrible?
I'm staring at it, and I keep staring at it. I'm like, that's so mean.
Oh, jeez, what Festus, stop.
It says,
Stop.
tell MJ off. And I'm like, Roxanne, if he warrants it and if it's in good humor, I'm like, why do I have tell MJ off? I have to take off tomorrow. So it's tell MJ you're off tomorrow. Now, I will be available from 6 to 7. You can call me anytime then. From 7 to 8, I'm doing PTA stuff. And from 8 to 10, I will be available. You can call me then. Or you can say that I got my arm ripped off by a velociraptor.
So you're taking... Hold on a minute.
And take calls, sympathy calls on it. Your choice.
Well, you got bent out of shape on the toad joke, so
she's over it now.
I'm over it now. You don't get bent out of shape on
all
that
right.
one.
I mean,
she's a little preemptive now.
You took a day off, and the most preposterous joke-like thing I can come up with is you had a toe amputated because of a nail salon.
Yeah, that was preposterous.
Problem.
Roxanne's correct. The most preposterous
I didn't
would have
get
been
bent out about it, but
her arm was ripped off by a velociraptor.
Which happened in Jurassic Park.
Okay.
So it could happen, with your
there
rattle, with these death rattles.
Roxanne, if you go to a PTA meeting, I want you to bring this Aztec death whistle and blow it.
That's what the teachers should use to get kids' attention.
Yes.
It is 9:41 at the MJ Morning Show. You know what? Teachers, to get when the class gets rambunctious, teachers need to use the Aztec death whistle to bring the class. Like when I did the Great American Teach-In.
Yeah, kids were like a little rambunctious at the
I
beginning.
had 90 kids. It was like 4 5th grade classrooms. I did 90 kids in a presentation, right? At the school up in where'd I go?
Port Richey?
Port Richey. Yep. Moon Lake. I was at Moon Lake Elementary. 90 kids. And every once in a while you lose them. They're all chatty, and then there's
they get a little
suddenly
loud.
there's this rumble, and
They get excited,
and then like the teachers do, everybody, and they do like a hand clap to bring everyone back down. I'm going to bring the death whistle next time. When the kid next year, if I teach young kids that get a little loud, I'm just going to bring the Aztec death whistle and let them have it.
Also, they got really loud because you were probably terribly boring.
I wasn't terribly boring. Shut up.
Just slightly boring?
That was very...
Bunch of 4th graders having those names?
Very, very...
All right. Chris, thank you very much.
All right.
Delish.
A couple of Hollywood items here. Keira Knightley.
What's she doing?
Oh, she's in this new movie. I started to watch it last night. It's called Black Doves.
I'll tell you what she's not doing.
What is she not doing?
She doesn't want anything to do with Peppa Pig.
Why not?
Keira Knightley is done having kids after watching what she calls an unbearable children's show.
I'm Peppa Pig. This is my little brother George.
Yeah.
This is Mummy Pig. And this is Daddy Pig. Peppa Pig.
Yeah, so I guess she was on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. And this was earlier this week, and she blames the British kids show Peppa Pig for her decision not to have any more kids.
Dude, so many of these kids shows are really hard to watch.
It was like a sterilization process.
Yeah, you try to like these shows because you know the kids are going to watch them for a couple of years.
Right.
But if I see another Peppa Pig or another Paw Patrol, I might hang myself in my living room.
Oh my God.
I don't think the joists can hold me, but MJ, some of these shows are really, really hard.
So she ranted about Peppa Pig. I haven't been exposed to Peppa Pig because it came out after my kids were of age to be sucked into. Like, there was a show when Julian and Chloe were little, there was a show that Michelle forbade the kids to watch.
I think it just recently stopped new episodes.
Really? Caillou is a whiny little bitch.
He needed to get punched.
He throat punched.
Yeah.
Or run over by a 4x4.
You want to talk about a kid that would have benefited from having a bully?
I want to see a Cybertruck run him over. It'd probably do more damage to the Cybertruck, but that's beside the point.
Mommy, what's that cyber? Listen, some of these shows are really, really hard to stomach.
So I just thought it was interesting. Keira Knightley says we stopped having kids because of Peppa Pig. It's new Peppa Pig birth control.
Wow.
That's where my kids learned to call me fat. Because Peppa Pig's father is a fat pig. Daddy has a big tummy, and I'm laying on the recliner, and my daughter starts playing the drums on my belly, and she's like, "Daddy has a big tummy." I'm like, "Shut up, kid."
Dun 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 dun. Da, 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 da.
I don't have it yet.
Oh, yeah, me neither.
Give me more. I don't have it.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
Dueling banjos?
No, it's not. First of all, I'm doing 3 different things. The first one is dun dun dun. It's the beginning of the song. No, it's not that. No, it's not. No, it's not. What's it? Was that Heart and Soul? No,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not.
Heart and
It's
Soul.
not that. Hang on a minute. Let me think of.
All right, come on.
Dum,
Come on.
Dum, dum. It's the beginning of the song. All right, that's number 1. Number 2 is. And then the third one is. Do you know I'm making 3 mouth song noises? Does anyone know any of those songs? Anyone in the room?
Was the last one Dixie?
No. No.
I might be out.
I'm out. Man. I have no
All
idea.
right, should we ask our listeners what time is it? 9:46. All right, does anyone know any of the mouth song noises I was just making?
I don't know.
Give me the third one.
The third one is I was kind of doing like a little bit of the intro. Come on. Does anyone know any of the 3 mouth songs I'm doing right now?
The third sounds familiar.
800-990-1047. 800-990-1047. In the final minutes of the MJ Morning Show, there's a reason why I'm doing 3 different mouth songs from 3 different bands. There was an announcement. Does anyone know? All right.
It was some
Hold on,
you.
Wait. I got it. Do it again. Do the first one again.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Okay, wait. Could the first one be a different one?
What? We don't even know what
No,
it
it's
is.
not a different one. It's what I want it to be.
Okay, wait.
Are 3 bands getting together for like a show or something?
Yes. Yeah. It's I know who it is. I know who it is now.
Dum,
It's
dum,
S-T
dum.
and M. It's S-T and M, obviously. But I don't.
Stone
What?
Temple Morons? What's
No.
that? STM?
What is STM?
Sticks.
No.
Okay.
What's the T?
TM.
What's the T?
TM. Toto.
Toto is correct.
Yes. Men at Work. and
Yes.
Christopher Cross.
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Yes. Yes. So I guess we don't need to take calls.
Are they dead?
No, they're doing a concert together.
So my first one, dum dum dum.
Yeah, no, that didn't remind me of that at all.
Oh, wait a sec. I'm thinking.
You were
No. I was doing
Yeah.
Rosanna.
Yeah.
No. Hey, Andrew, you got to put Rosanna up. That was. That was the
That
wrong.
would've been like this.
That was Africa. No, you got to put Rosanna on. I'm sorry. Put Rosanna up. Dum dum dum. That was Rosanna. Dum dum dum.
Okay,
I was
that
doing the
was it.
beginning of Rosanna by Toto.
And then let's hear the next one.
Dum dum dum.
Okay, that was da 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 da. See, that's what it reminds me more than
I don't
anything. I
know.
can't get that out of my head.
Put Rosanna up quickly on. I don't see it. Where is it?
You gave the same tone 3 times.
Oh, here it is. Oh, there it is. All right, so here. See, I did bum, bum, bum. I did dun, dun, dun. That was Rosanna. And then I did the third one was the second one, we don't have crisscross on the system, I don't think. But I was trying to...
Not that crisscross.
I was doing sailing. Takes me away to where I'm going.
I love that song.
We have it. Yeah, but we got to wait to the hook, and I'm not sitting for 2 minutes of this.
But do the dun-duns again. I want to hear if I can hear it in the after.
Which
now
one?
Knowing. Sailing. You do sailing again. You.
Okay,
That
was the sailing
I
part.
hear it.
Right, and then the third noise I was making was this. I was doing the and then I was doing the down under.
What the hell are these guys all doing together?
That's a hodgepodge.
So it turns out it was announced that Toto, Christopher Cross, and Men at Work are going to stop in Tampa at the Mid-Florida Credit Union Amphitheater in July for a big old concert.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought it was great.
You want to talk in July? Oh, man, here's the thing.
We just had news that AC/DC is doing one of the big concert stops at Ray J.
Yeah, they're doing a big stadium tour.
In April, right? Or was it May? April or May?
It's May something, like May 16th.
Right.
I think.
Right, I think that's about it. I think we're going to shut it down. Gonna shut it down.
Shut it down. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live tomorrow.
We'll do it live tomorrow.
We'll do it live. My God, I saw a promo because Bill O'Reilly's now on News Nation.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like a skeleton now.
Does he?
Oh my, yeah. I hit the wrong button. I'm sorry.
Eddie's on Wheel of Fortune tonight.
That has nothing to do with anything. Fester, can you cough right into the microphone one more time?
Yeah, hold on.
That'd be awesome. I think. All right. No, I saw a promo for, I think it's News Nation.
Yeah.
And Bill O'Reilly, I guess, is doing appearances on News Nation, and he looks like a freaking skeleton now. It's like a guy aged like 100 years in the last 5.
Between Newsmax and News Nation, all the guys who were Me Too'd or ostracized for one reason or another have found a new home.
That's where they work. We got to roll. 9:51 at the MJ Morning Show. Hope you enjoyed today's broadcast. If you didn't, please send your complaints to MJ at MJMorningshow.com. That's the complaint department, MJ at MJMorningshow.com. Also happens to be my personal email, MJ at MJMorningshow.com. Give me a follow on Instagram. I am certified MJ Radio on Instagram. That's certified MJ Radio. Folks, we'll see you back here tomorrow. Until then, have a great day and do me a favor. Let's be careful out there. Screwed that up. I brought down the pot prematurely. Let me hit that one more time. Yeah, that sucked. Much better.
Download the app now. Get the Q105 app.